Made assumptions. Hello.
Anyone but me.
Gather round, folks. Okay, yes, session 179. We just left off on Anna Ashun saying, "Let's go kill my husband." It's Sleer's big thing is trying for divine intervention and actually getting it, but perhaps not quite getting what would be like, oh, that's nice, we don't have to worry about Ender now. It's more like the goddesses have helped secure a passageway for his soul. We just have to do the push, I guess. That'd be a good way. I don't know. Yes. Yes, there's no guarantee that the last bit of Ender Soul will be able to return on its own. Though we don't have to kill Elijah to free Ender's soul. I mean, we do want to kill him. Depends.
We want to kill him anyway. Screw that.
Yes, Ender's body is cocooned in the material plane with nice light. Ponchos from Anna in various colors. Merlin warns, I think, contacts in the city that we're coming, I think. Also comes out as gender fluid. That's cool.
We are coming.
Okay, primarily I guess it's Mum Sesvald that they're contacting. There's goodbyes to Anna, and also I'll see you again to Anna, as convincing her to stay with Ender to help protect him. And Sleer put it really well. Elijah is your past, Ender is your future. It's like, that's good. That's nice. Brian hides in some melting snow. Booty showing accidentally.
Oh yeah, it's Sarah's booty
on display.
Lorraine takes offense when Brian's like, objectively, Lorraine has a better butt. Objectively, Sarah's has a better butt. Anyway, a tussle. That's what I've wrote down.
It's true. I'm sorry. When have we ever talked about the clapping of Lorraine's butt? It's always Sarah's butt.
Anyway. So, Blue talks to Finnegan, who offers her a place to stay after all this, and recommends her that she try join the council in Melas. And she's like, what? Then, oh yeah, there once was a man called Michael Finnegan.
I was playing that just a second ago. I hope you could hear it. I think it might be quiet.
Nice. We head towards Melas on carpet. It's greener. It's less filled with people, and it's creepier. We run into Clara Seroberos, who is way too excited to try and find out who we are and what we're doing here. We try to go to our meeting place in which inn? The Hippocampus Inn. To talk to Yin. But unfortunately, we stopped by the Royal Napery, which is a weird place. And people we haven't seen for months in-game, out like a light. Not good. It would be a nice place if there wasn't just the forced highness and then like the cult surrounding it. It would be really nice. Blue wants to keep that in mind if she ever gets on the council, to just maybe open up some doors and fucking get, anyway.
The Royal Napery stays with adjustments.
Indeed.
And then we finally get out. And we start to actually head to our meeting point.
I'm proud of you, Anna. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. You know where I'm refreshing.
That's dude. So, no. Anyway, this is session 180. What the hell? Oh my God. 100.
Been a while, guys.
180.
Let me just calculate roughly how many hours that is.
See, we played for a long time.
So,
I have a thing I want to do when this campaign ends, which is I want to do a wrap-up video where I summarize the events of the entire campaign with like a red string wall.
guys, we've been playing, if you want to put it all together,
I really want to.
for 23 straight days. No sleeping, no eating, no bathroom breaks. That's how long we've been playing.
Wow.
Yeah, 540 hours.
Yeah, that
Well,
tracks.
Wow.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. 180
We
games, y'all.
can do much more than that.
We have
Do it.
we will do it by the end of this.
technically
It's 500.
we're like 10 level. No, we're like 10 sessions per level
Yeah.
because we're now level 18 and it's 180.
Hang it. Well, we started at 7.
Yeah.
Start at level 7.
So, including level 7, that's like 18 minus 6. So that's 12. 180 divided by 12 is, I guess, it's some number.
Come on, Anna, you can do math.
It's 2x amount of time for maths.
Too much math for now. Let's go. Moving
Too
on.
much math. Thanks.
Anyway, also in the round are both high on weed.
An experience, I have no idea what that's like. I couldn't tell you, but I'm guessing. And I hope I got a guess.
Wendy could tell us.
Wendy can?
And she's got.
Oh my god. Okay, cool. So,
Wait, weedy Wendy.
oh,
Don't post this
Continue,
anywhere. For legal reasons, what I said was a joke. She likes seaweed a lot. Yeah,
She
let's keep
loves-
going.
seaweed.
Yeah.
Do you want Japanese food?
Anyway.
Anna, please. See where?
That was the end?
That was the
Huh?
end?
I think that
That
was
was the end.
it.
Okay.
That was the end.
Sickening. Okay, I've some stuff for you. First of all, I'm going to go to the toilet and then we'll play. Because I really need to do.
Uh-huh.
I'll finish off.
We've refurbished our bookshelf to be more impressive to our landlady. So there's like lots of art books because she's an artist.
These
We've
are
got
all
basically art books there.
are these things you already had, right?
We did buy that, but we wanted it anyway. This is all poetry and the writers and artists yearbook and classics because we want her to take us seriously. And then there's a Botticelli book on Emma's desk. Oh, look, you can see yourselves. That's a bit trippy, isn't it?
Oh.
This is Emma's desk like you've never seen it before.
Well,
I don't think I've ever
Okay.
seen it before.
I think I can read those notes.
These are brand portraits. We've got a Botticelli art book. It's a picture of me.
Oh.
Cards. Here. You guys. And then lots and lots of notebooks.
That's so neat.
Yeah. Nice.
There's a whole wall
There used to be more
there.
stuff. Yeah. And then I don't think I can really wait. Wee. This is my desk.
Hmm.
Hello.
Hello.
Lots of pink.
Softly.
It's lovely.
And then you've got the boring side of the room, which is just a bookshelf.
I had my big impressive like 5-color pen somewhere. obviously I've taken it out of this little pencil case.
Okay.
Oh, woe is me.
I was.
I did show them your desk.
Oh, it's a bit messy.
It's nice. They've never seen it before.
Maybe not. Oh,
Especially the brown art on the wall.
the what?
The brown art on the wall.
Yeah, I like the setup I've got going.
Take a photo of it. Yeah.
But I haven't decided what yet.
I'm gonna take a photo of it. No, there's the art.
Okay.
Not of you. I'm
Guys,
joking, I
it
know.
was right here. It was right here. Sorry.
Nice, got it. Right. So, everyone. All of you, in a big group.
Ulster and Loretta laughing.
All stare as you leave. Clarity begins to wash and wave over you, and you're like, oh, that was questionable. But you're still having a good time.
Yeah.
Still feeling a good vibe. And you decide to get onto the carpet and head to the coast in an attempt to find Lynn at the Hippocampus Inn. It's your plan from the start.
I have something I would like to do once we get to the inn, and it involves a snail. You know exactly what it is.
Transforming someone.
Before you get on the carpet and before you kick it off into gear, you were all loading up. And you hear the terrifying pitter-patter of Clara Seroberos sized feet approaching the carpet from behind.
I throw a tomato at her.
She artfully dodges it.
I throw another one.
Oh wow, thank you for this gift of fruits. Because, of course, she would see tomato fruit. Belongs in a fruit pleasure.
Right, is she on a horse?
No, she's on foot. But as she is about to accost you with her presence, you hear a, hey, come over here.
Oh, right. If I'm... Are we walking?
I have
Or...
a 21 pass it.
You guys are loading up onto the carpet.
Okay. Well, I'd like to... Corner of the vision, is there something in the direction of that noise?
Yeah, you guys look over. With Ulster's passive perception, I think you sort of see what he's looking at and follow his line of sight. And you see a kind of vague opening between two buildings. It's quite dark.
I immediately run in there.
Ulster runs. The rest of you see Ulster run between these two buildings, and you hear like, okay, you could have come over here a little subtler, but all right.
He ran so quickly away from her.
Clara, right. Clara's like, oh my goodness, you vanished into thin air. She did not see where you went somehow.
I'm a ghost.
The rest of you see Ulster. Just, do you follow? Going towards the sandbag. Okay.
If
maybe not.
I try and not draw attention to it. I don't know.
Yeah, can we attempt to be stealthy so that...
You need a distraction, you think. Thing to throw Clara's sight away whilst you dash into that alleyway.
Okay, distraction.
You look so chuffed.
I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Really?
Can I use thaumaturgy to make the sounds of, I don't know, a purple worm emerging with a little bit of harmless tremors from across the other side of town?
Okay. Give me a performance check. This isn't anything except you're reacting to this. And Bluey, can I have you make one as well, just to get an idea?
I'm sorry, Emma. It's a very nasty number.
Oh, it's a nasty number.
It's nasty.
Yeah, performance is one of your good things.
Yeah.
Thanks. And then Anna is displeased. Anna, are you okay? Okay. Okay. So we have a nasty number and we have a nice number. Aelin, what did you roll?
I rolled a 24.
Oh!
I needed
Beautiful.
a calculator for it.
Nice.
Ooh.
Slia, you give the most shocked performance and are able to somehow naturally deliver the line, "The purple worm," in the direction of the purple worm without it sounding like you planned that from the beginning or know too much information. Clara Seroberos, when she sees your reaction, there's a moment where the mask kind of drops and you get this look of kind of like icy, almost resignation as she's like, and turns around to sort of look to the sound. Only thing that gives her pause for a moment is, Bluey, can you please deliver the line that you used to follow up with, "It's a purple worm." What do you want to say? Fuck me, mate, it's a purple worm.
Honestly, a good idea.
That's really good, actually.
I love that, because it's like...
Slia, good idea.
Did Slia start,
Clara,
cause the purple worm, or did Slia fake it?
So you guys watch as Clara turns around. This is your moment to escape. And then she hears you speak, Bluey, and then she quickly is like, "But you were gone." You can see my performance from 2 angles. I hope you can up.
Thank you.
But indeed, anyway. You guys dash into the alleyway, joining Ulster. Now, the carpet is a bit wide, but is able to get in there. So if you want to be on the carpet, you can be. If you would prefer to be walking, that's it too.
I want to smack.
Let's go ahead and walk, because I think it's probably more subtle.
Walking is more subtle? Okay. So the Rand will siphon away the carpet. And
Also is practicing his punches.
Salazar and Loran have quickly followed you as well, not letting Ulster go far away for too long. And Ulster is planning to punch the wall. Loran is like, "It's so funny, you're hitting him right in the face." Oh wait, there is actually someone here. And he kind of like vaguely points into the shadows. Now, at the end of the alleyway, you see a hooded figure. A triangle, kind of like 3-point hood with a dip down at the front.
Can I perception check this?
Solid shoulders, and the sort of form of it goes all the way to the ground. And kind of really see much of that figure, except enjoys.
27.
27.
27.
There's a familiar kind of countenance about this person as they slowly move across the alleyways towards you, and you just hear them say, "Yeah, good thinking with that purple worm." And they look up and slightly pull back the hood.
Is it non-spelled?
Bluey, it's been a while since you've seen Mr. X. But here he is in the flesh. And I found a portrait that I thought also suited.
It's one of the many mums has found.
There's so many of them.
The most common name in a prayer.
Most common name in.
Who came up with that name?
It was from a generator. A random name generator.
Did Wendy pick it?
Because you had, basically. Good picture of him coming in.
It's not the anime boy picture that Wendy.
Oh, she had an anime boy picture?
Yeah.
No, it's not that.
Tell Wendy.
He's.
Mums was found. You look kind of cute today.
Thank you. I had a lot of surgery.
The facial hair is really doing it for you.
I'm going to shave it this evening.
Why?
Because it is too standoutish.
Weak.
Okay. I'm not impervious to personal instincts.
Good.
Okay.
Take that. He punches the air in the opposite direction.
He watches you for a second, blinks, and goes,
Yeah, exactly.
Mum.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm not. You're wrong.
Or are you?
You are incorrect, sir.
Or am I correct?
Shall we
No.
get somewhere where we can have a conversation?
He nods and says, yes, the reason, sorry, I got distracted just then by this strange boy.
So I'm not a boy. I have 2 children.
With a strange man. It has been a while since I have been able to contact you or see you in person. I'm glad to see all of you are safe. But I must warn you, the city is not safe. Least of all, he points a damning finger in the direction of the Royal Nappering.
I quite liked it.
That's what they want you to. I've been attempting to free my colleagues from there for quite some time.
They seem quite happy.
No, they are not.
If I was going to choose anywhere to spend the end of the world, it would probably be really high on the floor sleeping.
Right, we cannot speak any further because I think we will end up going on tangents and we need to get to them. I will take you to somewhere we can be in private.
Thank you.
Would you follow me?
More private than a dark alleyway.
The walls have ears and we are open to the skies.
Oh, sorry, so that's what you said to us when we met. The walls
Yes,
have
it's
ears.
also leave.
Hmm.
And I couldn't know what you mean. And then Sarasa stops and says, he's finished your drink.
You were quite dramatic.
I am the least dramatic person in the world. Bluey!
Request. Lily, could you turn the microphone sensitivity a little bit up?
Yeah.
Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. Testing.
Sorry, am I dropping out a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that better?
Speak normally. How does that sound? I think that's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, you follow Mr. X, also known as Mumsensveld.
Wouldn't it be like much less conspicuous to refer to you as Mumsveld, considering Mr. X is a bit of a standout, whereas Mumsveld is very, boring.
But then people would know my true name.
But there are like 5 billion Mumsvelds in a prayer, and I don't think there's even 5 billion people in a prayer.
Yeah, they were really hit with that trend of triple naming your children with the same name 3 years ago. No, well, look, the thing is, I have operated under this alias for some time, ever since I met Bluey. And at that point, we were in a place, obviously where we met, where Monsezeld was an incredibly uncommon name. I know, shocking to hear. In the Feywild, that's where I met Bluey, you see. So, it made entirely sense then to refer to myself as Mr. X.
That stands out even more in the Feywild.
Loran's like, I don't know, I was taught by 7 Mr. X's when I was... No, I'm joking.
I mean,
Bluey?
I think I was the one who gave you that nickname. So if you don't want to use it, you can just not use it.
I'm going to find out what the most common name in the Feywild is. Hold on.
Oh, I'm scared.
So is there a baby names book that someone's published somewhere?
Fey name generator.
Are you going for the boy's name or the girl's name? Or neutral names?
Neutral names.
Neutral names.
Silly Bluey, don't you know that the most common name in the Feywild is Tangy Willow-Wisp?
Loran's like, oh, you know Tangy! I was invited to Tangy's 13th birthday party when I was a boy.
There are many Tangy Willow-Wisps. That means nothing to me.
Okay. So you guys carry on down the hallway. Anyways. The city, built in these white, kind of like almost chalky buildings, descends down. And In these narrow spaces, the white of the stone kind of dulls to a grey and pulls all the colour from the surroundings.
Nice decorating.
And the sort of flat path descends quickly into steps, which wind in between maze-like all of the different structures towards the coastline. And you walk for about half an hour before you reach anywhere that looks to be more open, more occupied. And Bluey, you find that you guys are emerging at the foot of that huge pavilion. And in person, you remember kind of having grown up here, that being such an awe-inspiring structure, because the legs that kind of hold up the structure itself are massive, absolutely massive. They feel like they are part of the cliffs themselves. You hear the sound of rushing water as an aqueduct follows underneath the bridge, pumping like clean drinking water from one end of the city to the other. And you continue down, now out in the open. People greet you with a smile, and you see that the the green and gold banners of Carmentrand have been replaced with the orange and bronze banners of Tiamat.
I wonder how Carmentrand feels about this.
When you... How
she's
loud...
mostly dead.
He'll say that in Sylvan.
Oh, damn. Okay. Bluey does not respond.
Will translate for you into Draconic.
Okay.
Would you like to respond?
I think she'd feel dead in Draconic.
That's very final.
Momsesvald says to you, kind of translating between the two of you, Sylvan and Draconic. He says, "No, it is final. Fairly, at least. She's been gone for quite some time, but who knows whether she's truly been forgotten by the people." You kind of look around, and like I said, most of the people here appear to be happy. You're kind of descending past this wide, residential street. There are small gardens that kind of welcome you to the front of each house. Well kept, beautiful flowers blooming, almost unseasonably beautiful. No matter the bud, it's all in bloom.
Also, it's
There are washing lines hung with beautiful lace and linen fabrics.
Can I nature check those flowers?
Yeah, you can.
Let me get his statistics.
I think if I ever get on council, I've got to do some, water limits, at certain times a day. Like, they've got to have some water saving measures and to allow other cities to,
Indeed. The droughts are really bad in the other cities. They're not here.
Hold on.
This is a problem of our making.
With 18, you notice that most of these flowers would bloom at different times of the year, but they're all blooming at the same time, which leads you to think that there is some sort of magic upkeeping them. And Bluey, just from observation, I want you to make me an intelligence check. Or a nature check, you can pick.
I think they're the same number. Nature. They're the same. I'll do nature.
Okay.
18.
Yeah. Bluey, you don't remember it raining here. Nothing more than a drizzle. But that kind of sun shower where it's beautiful to look at. But both of you kind of investigating the area, Bluey because of your knowledge of it, and also because of how perplexing it is from its natural foliage. Your eye is drawn again to the horizon line, which is now in view. You're quite close to the coast. There are only 2 or 3 rows of homes or buildings separating you from the coastal region. And you see those clouds gathering on the horizon and creeping closer and closer to the city. And as you look at them, you also see the ocean tide just pulling closer than what looks normal to the sand
Could I
of the beaches.
pop another scry on Elijah?
You can, yeah.
Ulster will scry.
Okay. Can I check? Have you scried on him today already?
Yes, but he failed, so I think I can do it again.
Sure.
Yeah. I can do it 3 times a day, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And my D&D Beyond is frozen. Give me a sec.
Wunderbar.
Just checking, Emma, you were saying the tide is coming in, as in the water level seems to kind of be surging up a bit at the coast?
Rising, yeah.
Right. Okay.
So you have to take 9 off whatever you roll.
Okay. No, you failed.
Okay, I can see where he is. Do I have to make a wisdom save, though?
Yes, please.
Ooh. Good thing I have a very good modifier. 18.
Okay. He is not on this plane.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you that same kind of brief glance, considering how messed up all the magic is, like I did last time. You get that scrolling, almost like film roll image of multiple different landscapes and planes. And there's just one that lingers ever so slightly longer on one of the 9 hills. You can't figure out which one it is. He's not having a very good time.
Looks like Elijah's still in hell.
Loran says, let's hope he stays there.
Mm.
From the sounds of it, he's quite horrible. Not that I know much about him.
We can send him there.
Do you see a big pit? Do you see him like fighting?
Did I see anything?
You saw black flowers and black rock.
Could I make, would it be intelligence or religion to know what that could be?
Religion.
Is this Game of Thrones music?
Yeah, God, that soundtrack is so good.
Religion. That'll be 14.
14, okay. So, you get the feeling this is one of the more Greco-Roman iterations of hell.
Okay.
Mm.
I describe it.
Okay. Now, as you move through this residential area, I want all of you to make perception checks, please.
30.
Oh, God.
Roll the
I just
19.
want to gather how much you see.
See everything that ever was or has been.
16.
What do you miss?
16 and 10. Louis, you are kind of captivated by being back in your home. And although you lived on the outskirts, you probably would have come down to the beach on one of the many sunny, beautiful summer days where the weather was fine, the sand was smooth, and your other friends and adoptive family were hanging around and having a good time. And by adoptive family, I mean like Dad Lamb and so on. And you get fixated on that, not really seeing beyond what you know, what you expect to see. It's Leah, much the same. But you get that weird kind of uncanny feeling looking at most of this. Like, something is not quite right, but you can't put your finger on it. Ulster,
Yeah.
you're the one who kind of notices the beginning of the allotments. It's out of the way, so not crossing your path, but you glance and you glimpse them. You get a fairly good look at them as you kind of move through this area of the city. There's not really anywhere where, from your knowledge, fields naturally would occur down in this part of the city. There were loads of farms up at the top, part of Melas and further away, not part of Melas, which probably would have supplied food here. This seems to be more of a recreational area where people who don't have space for a front garden get to plant, grow, and a lot of what they grow here does seem to be fruits and vegetables, potatoes, everything. As you kind of look, for the first time you see a few disappointed faces and even confused amongst the people of Melas who are milling about here, as almost every piece of fruit that you see is rotten and dead.
Can I take a piece of fruit and Arcana check it?
Yeah.
Can I assist? Or
You may, if you
assist? Okay. Thank you. That is a 20.
Okay. As you take the fruit and you kind of turn it in your hands, no one stops you picking a piece of the dead fruit off the floor. It's a orange, which the rind looks lush, but it's half peeled back and the inside is completely rotten. And as you look at it and you think on it, using your magic to pull information, this fruit is lacking a key component of what all life here needs to thrive as it does. And that is an external magical influence.
Okay.
There is something missing.
Can I try and create the exact same fruit?
Yeah.
Okay, I will try that.
Okay, you try and create an orange in your hand.
Mhm.
And as with how your magic works, it grows from it's very small, it grows from like a plant, like kind of seedling, into a satsuma-sized orange. Not huge, but good size. And you peel it back. And it's fine.
Okay. I'm going to go over to the ground where these are being grown and try and grow a very similar tree to what's happening here, or is sapling.
Okay, you kind of... I think you know that the most fruitful ways to check this would be to actually use a tree that's already planted there.
No, I'm just seeing if my magic still works in this section.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you go over and you kind of grow a sapling from a seed through the earth, and it blooms and gives you another small satsuma-sized orange. Keep it open, and it is fine.
Could I make... Should I roll an intelligence check to make an inference about what's happening?
Okay.
Okay. That would be... A 20 again.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
You can infer that your magic is fine and functions fine. There is another magical font which has been disrupted, which would be causing plants or foliage, food, anything, no matter what, to always be in perfect condition.
So could I infer that maybe these people aren't followers of Tiamat who are growing this stuff?
It's not necessarily that.
Okay.
You remember, I think, how when discussing with actually no, you wouldn't have been in that conversation.
Okay, then I need to go to the loo. So I tell everyone what I've discovered, and you guys can make the judgment.
Okay.
Oh shit, it's
Bluey.
rotten.
Yeah, you think it's wrong. It is wrong. Bluey.
Rotten. She's like, oh my god, like I didn't see it.
Yeah. It is rotten, yes. And Bluey, as also describes this to you, you can't help but remember that conversation you had with Solari in the dream space, where she said that the magic left over from the Karmatran sacrifices was starting to wane. As, of course, with people aging, there had been no sacrifices. The Church of Tiamat doesn't know how to get there. They can't continue the magic.
Did Solari mention that it wasn't just the sacrifice part though? It was like something else that was like.
You mean her theory on what the truth of Karmatran was? Because she believed, yeah. So her theory is that the sacrifices never helped anything. And that something more is happening in the city. You don't have full information on that because you guys haven't finished this quest. But you remember that she mentioned that people are wising up to something not being right, as Melas is starting to show the small signs that there is a disruption in magic, which you've been seeing, and there have been no sacrifices.
If Brian was sort of relaying most of the important stuff that he found, would Bluey get the notion that like it would be tough to take care of all these plants here without magical influence, and that it doesn't seem, maybe there's people here were getting maybe like a free pass on their like plant treatment, and so
maybe. I like it. I think you could infer that the Church of Tiamat can't smooth over the true underlying issues of Melas as much as they thought they might be able to. They're trying to maintain this idea of this utopia, but you can see through the cracks. There's only a few things like that. The city itself is still beautiful. The people are still leading very prosperous lives. Bluey, if anything, what you're seeing here is incredibly common everywhere else in the world. It's a failed crop. Nothing more. The ominous feeling you get looking at those storm clouds, would you really get that if you were in Ironstone and you saw clouds gathering overhead?
Bluey starts to think she's going crazy. No.
What's terrifying in Melas is normal everywhere else in a prayer.
From all that, Bluey, does Bluey then know that, yeah, Tiamat doesn't have the Church of Tiamat doesn't have the best sense of what was actually supposedly feeding this town's success.
Yes.
Doesn't really know about the ritual. Doesn't really know about. Well, Elijah loves tears, so maybe they know something about the tears, but I don't know.
Mm.
Okay. Like they're a bit blind on this, and the people who've lived through the ritual.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're correct.
Oh, damn. Okay. Thank you for the info, Brian.
He eats the satsuma he made.
Nice.
Right. So you continue forwards. And as you kind of focus on those fruits, Monstersveld says, yes, that's been happening a little bit more often than usual. Usual being never. The last few weeks or so, things have been not as they seem. And then, I don't want to alarm any of you. I don't fully understand why. There was a quake not 2 days ago. Never ever had anything like that.
I think in Draconic Blue would say the rifts. Like, thinking of Cass fucking up the book. Well, not the
Seems
book itself.
right.
Also, Slee would translate between Draconic and Sylvan.
So, passing that final line of homes, you see, spreading out in front of you, a wide kind of promenade.
Should we promenade?
Oh my god. A wide promenade with kind of like white stone walkways, a sort of raised barrier that leads down to the seashore. Along the seaside, people are running joyfully, playing amongst the sands, young people, old. It does look nice. And then off to the left, you see a marina with jetties, and at the helm, just on the cusp between where land becomes wooden board, where boats are moored, you see a few kind of like quaint buildings. Quaint in the sense of they're small, they look quite comfortable, and quite welcoming. The lights are on, the lighting is warm, and the smell of fresh food and fish cooking
And alcohol.
wafts from some. Sorry, Blue, you got?
No. It's all right.
You stop outside, or at least out back of the second building in the line, where Monstersveld kind of picks his way through folded up wooden tables and barrels and other equipment and storage that is not necessarily needed immediately. Heads up to a door and knocks 3 times in a pattern.
Ulster's looking very wistfully at the beach.
Lauren's like, later.
Yeah.
After a moment, there's a click and as the door opens with a slight creak. And on the other side, you see, well, first you look down, and then you see a plump woman in a warm kind of terracotta red dress with a blue apron and flowers in her hair, holding a mortar and pestle, kind of like pulsing some herbs beneath the pestle, holding the door open with her shoulder. And she seems to be a halfling or a shorter dwarf.
Hello.
And she says, "Hello. How can I help you?" And then she looks over at Mom's as well, and then you hear her say, "Oh, it's you. Okay. I'm going to put on the whole front. What's up?" And
That was a surprise.
she says, "What, would you rather I talk like this?"
No.
No, exactly. Neither do I. Anyway. I've been waiting for you lot, actually. If you are who I think you are you the Siege Sisters?
Almost. Did you hear me in the voice of this man? And Bluey points to Loran to speak.
Speak.
Hello, my name. Oh, yeah,
Hang
I
on.
did.
Sorry, he didn't send a message.
You didn't even have
Yeah.
Oh, did he? Did he send a message to someone at the inn? He did. Okay, never mind.
I did, yeah. You doesn't even have to say anything.
Well,
Talk, Loran. Ally.
ally. Ally to completely homosexual pipeline.
Something you share with Loran.
Anyway, she says, "Pile in then," and steps aside to let you in. And you can all kind of squeeze into the back room of this inn. From observation, it seems to be split into 3 rooms on the lower floor. A kitchen and bar preparation area, which is one of the larger of the 3 rooms. The main room, which is the biggest, and this room, which is the smallest. Cramped with a ladder which leads up to the 2nd floor, which this woman aptly and very quickly climbs. And beckons you all to follow by saying, "Hurry up! I've got customers waiting." And you guys head on up. And Bluey, you have quite the tough time because this is a back room with furniture and structures built to house smaller.
I think Ulster
individuals.
might stop Bluey and be like, maybe we go first and you and Sarah go last.
What, in case we get stuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have to push you.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to push me.
Yeah.
My behind is quite sensitive.
We've seen enough of your behind today. It also goes up the ladder.
Sarah sheds a single tear.
What, do you want me to say I want to see more?
It's like, "Oh, my bushy." Everyone's seen my bushy. You all head up the ladder in marching order of Ulster, Slia, Loran, Bluey, Sarah. Cass is there.
Somewhere.
Cass is in the napery.
Cass has already gone to the bar.
Yeah, Cass is in the bar. And you all pile up. And upstairs you see a cozy kind of like sleeping area with a row of books. And you see a cot with a small body kind of lying in it sleeping. Considering it's a cot, it does seem to be
Baby.
relatively human-sized, considering, you know, halflings.
Is it a baby?
Do you go over and look at the baby?
Is it actually a baby?
You go over and, as you say, "It's a baby."
No, I don't. I look at it first.
You see little ears poking out the top with a duvet over the head, just snoozing.
Little ears? Whoa. Can I have a perception check?
Yeah.
16.
16. They look a little bit like little doe ears.
Is it a baby?
Is it a baby? You can't really see. They're bundled up.
Hello?
Hello?
Just speak
You're
it.
What's this?
And you hear a screeching kind of voice, and the duvet is pulled back, and you see these like long fingers that fold down.
Also gets even more excited.
And a face kind of peers up, and it's a baby. It's not a baby, but it's a very small fawn. but not like a cute fawn.
Is it scary?
It's like a scary
Oh,
fawn.
also loves this fawn. Hello.
Like the fawn from The Witcher meets Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, also say hi. What's your name? Sirius. Sorry to wake you up. We were going to talk anyway, so you would have woken up. I'll take yours.
Fucking try me!
Also, it's just ready.
Emma, it's a bit high pitched. The mic is not picking it up as well.
Fucking try me! Better?
Thank you.
So is this an actual fawn?
Looks to be an actual fawn.
Why are you so angry?
I'm always sleepy.
Oh, that's relatable.
Appreciate my sleep.
Yeah, but it's like the middle of the day.
Smell ass, I can do what the fuck I want.
Well, where are you from?
Yeah.
So have you not adjusted to the sleep schedule in Melas?
You're asking too many questions.
I'm just really interested. I've never met a baby
I'm interested
thing.
in you.
Well, that's why you're not asking me any questions. I'm asking you questions.
He looks at the rest of you. What the rest are you looking at?
Well,
Hi.
this is serious.
Perhaps asking just one person a lot of questions might make it seem a bit like Clara. Even though we know we're not, but...
Also looks so offended that you said that. He's like, I just wanted to make friends. And he goes and sits in the corner and he starts growing mushrooms. He looks really upset that you called him out like that.
Loran says, there, my husband. I mean, yes, not the correct title.
I'm sad.
Okay. I will hold your shoulders and give you a score.
Can you pick me up?
I actually can't. I'm not physically strong enough.
So can you pick me up?
No, I will put you in my lab.
Yes, this is good.
Okay. Loran and Ulster sit together.
Ulster continues to grow mushrooms.
The innkeeper looks at this whole interaction and she's like, oh, right.
No one wants to be my friend. My friends hate me.
Excuse.
Brian, I am your friend, and I don't hate you. Wait, what?
Bluey hates me.
I do not hate you. This is from the Dragonborn's mouth. Please. I'm sorry that I upset you. Then he starts to make strangled noises.
And plucks a mushroom off his cheek and starts eating it.
Sarah gives you a thumb up and Loran pulls the mushroom from you like, don't eat your own mushrooms.
But they taste nice.
It's like auto-cannibalism.
Fine. I'll eat them when you're not here.
So
he's still crying.
The innkeeper says, so my name's Lynn.
I'm also the king of the Messiah.
Okay, you're good to meet you. Your
Majesty, actually.
Your head is covered in mushrooms.
Yeah, they're really tasty. Do you want one?
No, I don't. But thank you for the offer. I'm not trying to deny you.
No one likes me.
You seem fine. You seem nice.
No one wants my mushrooms. I grew them myself.
I know. I see that. And I've only known you for like 5 minutes. That's really impressive, actually.
Yeah, it is, actually. Do you know anyone else who can grow their own mushrooms out of their skin? No, I don't think you do.
I know a couple of dryads who can do that. And
I didn't get a call.
Oh, really? I'm gonna call them back.
I'll just send her a text.
I know a couple of dryads who can do that. But they don't live here. They live where Sirius came from, and Sirius goes, okay, I'm going back to sleep.
No.
Lynn says, look, let me explain. As best as I can. Mom says I'll sit down. Everyone sit. I have soup. Would you all like cream of mushroom soup? Cream of mushroom soup?
Yes, thank you, Lynn. By the way, my name's Louis.
I know you.
I didn't get any calls, but she said she tried to contact me.
I know you, Louis Speaks. And your esteemed colleagues, I know as the Siege Sisters. If you wouldn't mind enlightening me of your names.
Slia and Soon. You can call me Slia. It's fine.
And you are the king of the Messiah who wishes to be called His Majesty.
Yeah, His
That's
Majesty of Mushrooms.
Okay. I'll call you Mushy.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, Mushy. Okay. We don't use titles around here. It's part of the system.
Well, I don't usually like titles, but I thought it would be impressive since everyone seems to hate me. I might as well be scary.
You're not very scary, darling. I've seen death.
He sticks another mushroom in his mouth. I died recently. Swallows.
Yeah. And then Loran says, I'm Loran. I learned this one recently. Gaemon Dehane, the man himself. This is my husband, the Mushroom Man.
Yeah.
And my other relative, I am his brother. My name is Elsa. Good to meet you. Right. Look, we don't have a lot of time, and I've been trying to contact you for a while, or at least I've been expecting a visit like this.
We were busy dying.
Yeah, I can tell. But that's okay. We have a lot to catch up on, I think. Now, I'm aware that you've all had quite the adventures. Initially, when we wanted to reach out to you, after seeing how well you handled the whole siege, it was a pretty straightforward request. We thought you might be able to put some distance between people of Melas, who are, let's be honest, recently out of a huge cult fanaticism, from being swept up into something darker.
Huge cult fanaticism.
Precisely.
Yeah.
As it happens, we are all people, and we're all susceptible to exactly the kind of techniques that they use to lure you in. Only one good thing has come out of waiting this long. Well, until recently at least, and that's what I'm worried about. We lived a year of prosperous joy, uninterrupted lifestyle. A year without sacrifice. I know people aren't supposed to speak of it. But when you see that, you don't forget. I'm ashamed to say that I'm one of the few who tried to live with it. I'm older than I look.
How old does she look?
She looks about 25.
Oh.
One of the few?
14.
Sorry. Question as a player. I at least assumed that most of the people in Melas would have just decided to keep on living once they found out what was happening.
Mhm.
Is this woman, Lynn, suggesting it's actually a minority position?
You
So how would she
get the
know?
impression. That might have been more of a misspeak on my end. It is it is more of a majority. Sadly.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna call the doctor in 2 minutes. I think they're trying to call me, but I can't everything.
She says, I'll never live down the shame of that. So I made myself known to the council. The good on the council, at least. And now here we are. I'm helping you.
Mm-hmm. Also picks a very vivid red mushroom and starts eating it.
That's poison, probably.
They're all poisonous, but I can eat them. I'm immune to poison.
The fawn says, "Fine."
Ooh, I toss a mushroom out, serious.
Slia.
You were offering us poison mushrooms when you're the only one immune to... Got it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, don't eat my mushrooms, actually. I can grow non-poisonous ones, but it takes a lot more effort to filter poison out.
Lynn says, so anyway.
He starts trying. It looks like a lot more effort.
Looks like you're constipated.
I'm trying to make a mushroom. You're really mean.
Bathroom.
Don't worry about it.
I throw a mushroom at her. You don't get any mushrooms.
I can offer you cream of mushroom soup if you.
It won't be as nice as my mushroom.
Would you like to put your own mushrooms in it?
Yes.
Okay. She passes you soup. It's quite very warming. But it's even yummier with your mushrooms added.
Yes. Also makes some non-poisonous mushrooms and starts putting them in. So he's like watching, like, no poison.
No poison.
No poison. He offers the bowl of soup to Slia. No poison.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Oh, my doctor's calling.
Okay.
Lynn says, I kind of forgot what I was saying just then. That whole mushroom thing is. But anyway.
So she chose to stay. She's ashamed of that, and she has made herself known to the non-Tiamat council members, at least.
She says,
and is helping out.
The last few weeks, something strange is happening, something which I think is starting to show the cracks. Food started going bad. And the weather started changing. And I'm not an idiot. Unlike most, I actually care to travel. I'm somewhat of a smuggler of alcohols, and Sirius is actually my smuggling partner. Gives me access to places slightly more obscure than these. I've traded, she looks quite proud of herself. I've traded as far as Eldrelith's watch.
Mm-hmm.
You don't seem impressed. But okay, that's fine. Lorenz is not very impressed that I've traded beyond the plains. But anyway, that's not neither here nor there. And she says, you guys are kind of mean. But you know what? I guess it's just your brand. You don't deserve, no one needs niceties. They just need the job done. Bluey and Sally seem nice.
I didn't think it was a competition, just kind of, you needed us to do a job and we're happy to help, so.
Thanks for that.
But
To be honest,
there was more of
but
the kind of thing between like Loran and Lynn kind of was what that comment was directed at.
She said, yeah, you're right. It's fine though. I'm aware that I come from a small town and you don't get to see much of the world. But I've seen enough to know that what's happening here is abnormal. And when I went to the Tiers, all of that was confirmed. Anyway.
Been recently?
I'm older than I look, remember?
Do you know of anybody who could take us there?
I do, yes. Solari. Have you heard of her? She's
Yes.
one of our contacts in the city.
Have you heard from her very recently?
3 days ago? Maybe 4?
And after the quake?
Before that.
I spoke to her directly in a dream. I spoke to no, that doesn't sound. I spoke to her 2 nights ago, and I think she was worried that she would be found.
Then we should get to her first.
Lynn says, that would be useful. I can take you. Well, the good thing about being a barkeep is the wine cellar.
Mm.
In the wine cellar, you have access to places you don't have access to usually. And if you ever get lost here or trapped, just remember that. There's always solace and peace and escape to be found in the wine cellars. She kind of gives you a big wink as if she's implying something.
Can I insight check that? Just
yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I like that number. That's a 30.
30. That's a pretty big number. I think that'll do nicely. And a 4. You're like, wow, she really wants us to be a pair of drunks, doesn't she? With a 30, though, you get the impression that she is indicating that there is a secret connective network of tunnels beneath the city via the wine cellars.
As a player, I mean, I'm just going to throw this out there. I think this may have something to do with the aqueducts. We'll wait and see, I guess. Bluey has no idea. I don't know.
Not a bad idea. In fact, it's a very good one. But anyway, you kind of get the impression that Lynn is contemplating something, and then she says, right, I think it'd be a good idea if you went there. We went there together. And we can walk and talk. So as not to lose any time. So to be comfortable with that. Brilliant.
Yeah, how high is the ceiling?
Well, high enough. You might need to crunch up.
Okay.
At which point Noran says, I could turn you into an animal, if it would help.
If I can fit just with a bit of discomfort, I'd rather you save your magic, but thank you.
Gotcha. So Lynn looks over at Sirius and just says, can we do the usual 1-2? And Sirius says, hey, I'm... This way everyone thinks you're two-faced, so you know. And Sirius stands up, and standing up, they are at the same height as Lynn. And they click their hooves together, and after a moment, their appearance begins to fizzle and change into that of Lynn, the bartender. And Sirius says, yeah, I'm going to go annoy some of your customers, make me fairy food, and starts climbing down the ladder. And then says, give it a moment just in case anyone sees us. Waits 5 seconds and says, it's time.
Okay.
And then takes you down the ladders. She opens up a latch on the floor of that room you entered into, pulls it open, and props it up. And she says, the wine cellar's down here. I'll go first. And you follow on. Make sure you close the door behind you. Sirius will lock it.
All right.
Do you jump in?
Yes. After we sort of wherever we land, if it's dark, Bluey will kind of turn on her little gem of brightness. I think it's a 30-foot good vision, another 30-foot of
Dim light?
dim.
Perfect. As you get down there, you do notice it is a fairly dim, lit only by a few, like, kind of very low torches. And lighting your gem of brightness gives you a full view of the whole room. Now, the walls are lined with alcohol barrels and whatnot. There is a left and a clear right-hand side of this room, which are just kind of like loaded with wines and alcohols. Running down the center of the room, keeping it cool and moist in here, you see, as Bluey, maybe you expected, there is running water. And on either end of it, a grate, which disappears off into darkness. And Lynn looks around and sort of counts you and says, I'm going to have to go in separate barrels.
In barrels?
Barrels?
Barrels. That's how you travel in the water.
How are we going to walk and talk then?
We can connect them together with some rope.
Okay.
We can make like a little barrel train.
All right.
Do you like the sound of that?
What? Just what are we? Give us the rundown of what this is going to look like from start to finish.
Okay, start. We go to those barrels. Those are actually empty. They've just got weights in them to make them seem super heavy. Take the weights out. We get in the barrels. Lids on. If you feel like you need it. If you don't feel like you need it, and you'll be fine. Don't mind getting a little bit damp. Lids off. And if you wish to walk and talk, we can tie them together. And we'll just have to make sure that we hold on really tightly when it gets to the really, really rapid bits.
Okay. Okay.
Are you concerned?
Hard not to be, really.
Not to be. Well, I've done this plenty of times. It's a lot of fun. And she starts kind of lifting the lids off each of the barrels. Like kind of leaning in and pulling out the huge weights from the bone and just like one arm dropping them to the ground. La 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 la. And when she leans in, her whole like body just kind of flips upside down, so it's just her feet dangling at the top of these barrels.
Would you like help?
Oh, if you could just pull me out, that'd be great. Sometimes I get stuck. And one time I was stuck down here for 4 days.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, they all thought I was dead.
Oh shit. I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's okay. I survived by licking the edges of the barrels because these are natural materials, so you can get calories and whatnot from them. The insides are also lined with leather to stop water seeping in. So, nutrients. If you're ever trapped on a desert island, you can chew your shoes.
Good to know. Shall we get crack on?
Yes, let's crack on. And she starts securing with sort of sailor's knots. Loran will step in to help as well to speed the process up. All of the barrels into one sort of snake-like line. She gives each of you a lid and says, hop in wherever you feel is comfortable. Most of the journey is slow and fine. Therefore, we'll be able to sit and just kind of bob along and talk as we need to. We should all be within earshot of each other. There are only a few points where we'll need to do 2 things. First, we'll need to be quiet. Second, we'll need to hold on. I will warn you when those are coming.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And are any of you scared of heights? Best not to think about it. Get on in.
Okay.
And you can all jump into the barrels. that you wish to jump into. Ulster sees a barrel that's fairly mossy and says, I want that one. And Lynn says, oh, but maybe I should throw that one away. The structure doesn't look very secure. She says, no, I want that one. And Ulster hops in, and Loran jumps into the barrel in front of him. They're occupying now the back 2 barrels, which means the front barrels are all at 3.
Leah grabs one
I'm not sure what you want to be in.
between Sarah's and Bluey.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Bluey might try to hop in the second front barrel, I guess. So Lynn, Bluey, Slayer, Saraza, Loran, and Brian.
Okay. We have Lynn, Bluey, Slia, Saz, Raz, Baz. My boys. Do you want to see a picture of the cats? Did you all see that sign my mum made?
It's a
That
great
was really
sign.
cute.
It was so funny. I am crying.
Mm.
Wait, I'm looking at the wrong. Look at this one.
Oh, hello! Hello! Hello!
Oh,
No.
baby.
And then. Something.
Oh, hello! Oh, hello!
Oh, those eyes.
I know.
Oh.
The white under his. Oh, this is also a really funny one. So they like to go everywhere together. So they were sitting underneath my parents' dining table, and then Baz was like, "Oh."
Oh my god.
My parents are getting really attached to them, which is worrying.
Going up.
Oh, yay! Are you gonna get them today?
After I finish, I start doubling up.
I love you. Right, I'm gonna just say we get into the tanks and then we'll have a break. So, you guys all load up into the barrels, and Lynn kind of unbolts the grate in front of her, pulls it open, and says, "Don't worry, Sirius is going to make everything as though we weren't even here." Now, it shouldn't be a short ride, but we are crossing the city, so keep your arms and legs within the barrel at all times. And if you start filling with water, tell someone, and I will try and stop us.
Okay.
How long can you all hold your breaths for, just as a precaution?
What determines breath holding? Con time something?
Yes, Tess says, I do. I will cast water breathing on everyone. Give me 10 minutes.
Okay.
But Bluey, you would probably be able to hold your breath the longest, because it's con-based.
Does Cass have a +4 to con?
It's me, because I can turn into a fish.
That's true.
Damn.
I said you were in a mossy barrel, but would you like to be an animal?
I want to be in a mossy barrel.
Okay. So Lynn says, here we go! After Cass casts water breathing on all of you. And you are able to breathe underwater now.
Yay.
And it lasts for
And
24
you-
hours.
Oh my
There you go.
goodness.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. And you all launch into the aqueduct system beneath the city. So you brace, expecting it to be speed, rapids, but it's actually like the lazy river ride. And it's quite pleasant for the most part. With Bluey's gem of brightness, you can also see the kind of inner workings of the tunnels. And at first, for the first 50 meters, it's claustrophobic. But then as you turn, it widens into a wider kind of almost 2-lane system. Now,
Are we in the aqueducts?
you are.
I missed that part.
Lynn says, so smugglers use these ducts often. If we see other people, just put the barrel lids over your heads and make sure they don't see your faces. They'll know your people, not produce. But just plausible deniability and all that.
Okay.
Cool. And it's not like 5 minutes before you see your first other group of people using these ducts for multiple duplicitous activities. As you see, kind of like a swan boat almost set up of barrels, with like a sort of like a half-made like Viking head, which doesn't look very practical. And there are like 3 kind of like water goblins just kind of like pushing it. And Lynn waves at them like, Barry, how you doing? Lynn, is that you? And they kind of have a little conversation as they pass. You get the impression Lynn is quite the name around here.
Blue
There's
says
always
in her deepest voice possible, "Good morning."
And the goblins say, good morning. And they say good morning to each barrel if you'd like to respond. Good morning.
Slea
Their answer's good morning.
Neither does Ulster.
Oh, well. Sarah says it's actually like noon by now.
Oh shit! I mean,
Yeah,
oh
fine.
shit!
Oh shit.
Oh shit! Oh shit, mate!
And Lynn says, kind of as you go, and it's a bit quieter, she says, you know, I think there's something more complicated than just religious turmoil going on here, isn't there? That's why you're here, right? And she's kind of like slowly pushing you down.
The world is ending.
I realize she isn't facing us, and Bluey's nodding. She's like, yeah.
If you like, you can stick your heads up. You just have to be ready to dip down as well.
Mm.
So you can see the back of each other's heads or turn slightly.
Ulster's in his barrel, communing with the moss.
Slea is also just reclining in the barrel.
Lynn says, go on. No, go.
Have you heard of one Elijah Ashun?
She says, I only know that that's someone from Elderlith. I vaguely know of him in the same way I vaguely know who all the politicians are around here. But nothing more than that. To be honest, Melas has kind of lived in its own little bubble. And, well, just how it is.
It is how it is.
But,
Say again?
she said, but, from my experience, which is a little bit wider than most who live here, it's not necessarily for all the better. We always have nice weather. We always have prosperity. But so much of that has been attributed to this horrible systematic thing of sending people to the tiers. I don't think it's okay. And I get it. I don't necessarily have the worldly experience to fully comprehend why, but it feels wrong. And if I feel that, having lived here all my life, I'm sure others feel it too. They just needed to realize that their safety didn't rely on it. No one here has any self-preservation skills. Everything's been easy for them their whole lives because of the pain of other people. I don't like it. I don't like it. That was the way it was with Carmentrand. And I think it's going to be the same way with Tiamat. Because they're just disappearing people who cause problems. Nobody really knows where they're going, though.
The Napery, for one.
I suppose that's to keep them compliant.
Keeps me compliant.
At least while they figure out what to do with them. Lonsensveld says, that's our working theory anyway. They take them to the napery whilst they decide whether they're worth
Kidnapping.
kidnapping or disposing of. So long as you don't eat the food they offer you, everything should be fine.
We ate the food.
You did what?
Also peers out. We ate the food. Points at the round barrel.
What is
I
it?
also ate the food. And Mom Sosad says,
What's wrong with the food?
Mom Sosad says from his barrel, well, the way they trap you in there is twofold. They have the sedatives in the air, which make you go a bit cuckoo.
That would be the weed.
And then they have the food. It has heavily addictive qualities. Usually, once you eat it, slowly but surely as time passes and you become more and more hungry, food doesn't taste good anymore. At least not in comparison to what you could get there.
Also, he's been eating his mushrooms this entire time.
And, well, it's addictive. They don't need to kidnap people after a while because they'll go back in their free will. And they'll have no reason to stay, no reason to leave, so they always stay.
Was quite good ice cream.
And also, you do notice, kind of as you're chewing on the remnants of your mushrooms, that they don't taste quite as nutritious as they usually.
Oh, well, I've never been big on the taste of food, but that ice cream was very good.
Mm-hmm. It was very good. All's fair. Now you're thinking about it.
Guys, I think we might have a problem.
You hear a tummy grumble.
Have a
He
mushroom
says
around. He offers to her.
No, that soup tasted like cold cardboard, so I'm not really hungry at the moment.
Eat my mushroom.
Everyone else, the soup was delicious.
Eat the mushroom.
Quite hearty.
Eat the mushroom.
Okay. Isn't it poisonous?
No, not this one. I worked very hard.
He eats it and then just goes like...
Swallow it. See, he can still eat. Swallow it.
And he's trying. He just kind of like keels in over in his barrel, and you see it slosh from side to side and take on water ever so slightly.
I make very good mushrooms. I don't know what he's on about.
It was yummy!
You'll never have my mushroom again.
And also, like I said, you can't help but fixate on how delicious that food was. But anyway, that's not the time for that now.
Is it poisonous, the food?
It's addictive.
It's addictive, okay.
Yeah. Lynn says, they're the only people who know how to make it. It's the only place you can get it. It's a whole thing.
Well, you can probably go a few days without eating.
Not if you're going to save the world, you can't.
I've done that before.
Not if you're
How
going to
does that
save the world, you can't.
Well, I've been eating mushrooms. I don't really care what they taste like as long as they are my mushrooms and they are nutritious and not delicious.
Lynn says, well, you're quite fortitude. You're quite fortified, resilient.
I was brought back from the dead in a better model.
Okay, you say weird things, but it's fine.
Yes, I used to be much thinner.
Okay, wow. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm glad I didn't have to see that.
that's
That would have been so sad for
really
you.
that's really mean.
That would have been so sad for you. You must have been so sad.
I was just small.
Loran says, who was sick?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm happy for you. Well done.
Everyone should compliment me on my new squish.
You look lovely,
It's
Ulster.
Silence follows.
Very happy to have you alive.
Yay.
Lynn says, anyway, so to get back to my plot number, which I've been trying to deliver this whole time. It says, so anyway, just to get back onto the topic of it, like I said, Carmen Tran had a hold over these people. When the void was there to be filled, Tiamat came and took the place. for a few weeks there was an attempt at neutrality, but they weaseled their way in and they sunk their teeth.
With good ice cream and weed.
That came a little bit later, but yes.
I like to think that's how.
And then, well, like I said, they don't necessarily know the full secrets of Carmen Trans people. And with everyone in that church dead or missing, nobody else really does either. But I know a few things. So once you speak to Solari...
Sorry. Satine, Phoenix, and Jamison. Sorry, posted apologies. That's what I was just saying.
No.
Right.
Once you speak to Solari, if you want to, I'll organise a trip following the route I know. I can get you a certain distance in the direction I know the tiers to be, and then you're on your own.
Remember we were going to go to the tiers with George Shamrock?
I know George.
Oh, he's dead now. I'm sorry.
Oh. He's part of my smuggling group.
Well, Yimik's still alive. Yimik was the Goliath on board.
He was?
Yeah.
Ah.
He's still alive. Yeah.
I
got married recently.
I had a little thing with Kira. It was nice.
Oh, Kira's also dead.
Oh. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't really need romance.
It's a very cold reaction. Are you okay?
A lot of people I know have died.
Do you need a mushroom?
Thank you. Throw it over here. You're in the very back one. She's the very front.
Yeet the mushroom.
And then says, thanks.
Wait, that's a poisonous one. He throws another one.
Okay. I'll turn it into earrings.
It might make your skin itch.
Okay. She says.
So you're like, what's that? Stop making my job harder.
So just the horns kind of like poke up out of the barrel, like just
Like, sorry,
tilting
Sam.
towards him, and then it gets sink back down.
He throws a non-poisonous one and a poisonous one into Slaya's barrel. There, you can tell the difference now.
Slayer throws the poisonous one back. You can eat this one.
Okay, he eats it.
You'll never know when Slayer will give you a look. The look. To get you back in line.
So it's full of poisonous mushrooms. Cannon.
Slayer, just please stop trying to poison people that are
I'm not
that
trying
are
to do
helping
anything.
us.
I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I just forget that you all have weak stomachs and can't eat poisonous things.
Most
That's
people
not my fault.
can't eat poisonous things.
You're all weak.
I think that's why they disagree.
That's mean.
No, I'm not apologising.
Why?
Because I stand by what I said. You should all do better.
Also, no. These people have gone through, I have no idea what for you, because I genuinely don't know. So if you're going to criticise them for something that actually should be criticised for, like their fashion.
You see, I think that's a lot more objective, Loran, than not being able to eat poisonous mushrooms.
Loran, you actually have to wear clothes for it to be considered fashion.
That was so savage.
I know, I'll pay it in your shop later, right?
You'll pay it in other ways. But anyway, Saracen says, please, children, stop.
Would you like a
Please stop.
mushroom, Sarah?
No, I would not. I would like us all to listen to this lady who knows things about information we need to know.
When
and taking
Sarah
us to a place...
rejects the mushroom, Ulster starts crying again and sinks to the barrel.
I don't know who that is. Bahamut be blessed, everyone. Please.
You shouldn't say that because we all have different religions. You should just say various deities and gods be blessed.
It's a turn of phrase.
I'm sad you didn't eat my mushroom.
I'm sorry,
we
Lynn.
discover-
We're having a day.
She's like, I'm gonna let you guys just work this out. And she puts her lid on.
Actually, it's not a day. It's not a week. It's months. It's months. We're having months.
Years, actually.
Years.
We're having years. That's what we're having.
Sarah says, I won't have any years left if we keep talking like this.
You've had
I
plenty of
definitely
years.
don't have any years left. Let's keep going.
I've only been alive for 27.
Aelin on fire.
Yeah.
Sarah says, look.
Yeah, but you guys are both kind of old.
You hear cackling from inside the barrel. It seems Ulster has lost his mind again. Silence.
Sleia starts giggling because, like, at Ulster's cackling. Like, just joins in.
Sleia, no, you're moaning.
It's the disaster half-elves again.
I am going to speak, and I expect no interruption.
Little mushrooms start growing on Sarah's barrel. Go on,
Sarah.
Lynn, who has been waiting for us,
Oh, look, she went back into her barrel.
has been very kindly explaining the situation in Melas to us all.
Mm-hmm.
Very thankful of that. Very good. Unfortunately, I can't remember anything that she said because my brain is filled with mushrooms and snide remarks about people's clothing and appearance and bum sizes.
Well, really, you kind of did that to yourself by having such a large bum.
Ulster, I'm seeing a pattern here, and it just seems like...
Oh no, I'm going to be the victim of one of Sleia's sick burns. Go.
Loran,
Hardly.
Sleia, what do you say to Ulster?
I understand that you're stressed, but taking it out on everyone else is not really helping.
I'm giving you all mushrooms.
I don't want mushrooms, Sarah said.
Well, I don't want you.
I don't think you actually offered mushrooms to everybody as well.
What?
Loran says you missed out Bluey, I think, multiple times.
I've not missed out Bluey multiple times. I also didn't offer any to Cass.
Well,
Cass
then
is
you
like,
didn't.
No, I felt it left out.
You didn't offer it to everybody then, just saying.
You want mushrooms, Bluey? I'll give you mushrooms.
Mushrooms start growing all over Bluey's scales.
Sarah says, dear God, right, I'm going to punish you all in the only way I know how.
Punish
Right.
us.
And Lorraine says, yes. I want you to shrink my bum. Lorraine says, absolutely not, no. This is the only way this will stop.
His powers in his bum, shrink it.
Sarazar, please just get on with the point, the
Right, anyway.
plot.
The point, the plot.
Ulster emerges from his barrel. Go.
If we actually listen to Lynn,
I was listening.
tell me what she said.
Something aqueducts. Something
Why are we here?
Carmentrand. Carmentrand was gone, there was a void. Tiamat filled it, and now we have rotten Satsumas.
Also, answer one question. Why are we in these ducts right now? Where are we going?
We are going to Solari.
Not bad. Okay. Listen. Lynn has been telling us very important information. For example,
Yes, Hazel. There's just silence. Bluey, a mushroom grows on your nose. You're
I
snapped.
need to unlock my laptop.
Is that enough, Bluey? Do you want more?
It's more the point that you said something that wasn't literally true, and
Do you want more? More start growing on your face.
Lynn says, just so you know, we're getting up to the rapids very soon.
Whee!
And you're all going to need to hold your breaths.
We have water breathing cast on us, you silly goose.
Oh, of course. She slowly just puts the lid back on. Sarah says, look.
Let's go. Rapids.
And I'm very quickly going to give you everything that Lynn said in a very succinct way. Okay. Basically, what Lynn was saying was, ever since Carmen Trand left this place, things were fine for a while. And then, recently, within the last, few months, maybe less, things started getting a little bit wonky. Little cracks started showing through in the society. And then there was a quake a couple of days ago, which you guys have said is correlated to when Cass closed the book.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense considering the tears is actually the tears and there's potentially rifts down there.
Is Sarah's facing us and he's not going to see when we hit the rapids?
Yes. But anyway. What you need to do now is you need to discover whether Solari is still alive or not. Mm-hmm. Whether she's been ended by someone or something.
Most people are getting ended by something or someone these days.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
We might only have 48 hours left alive, so why don't we enjoy the rapid ride? And eat mushrooms.
Lynn was saying that she has experience travelling beyond the world, knows how things are in reality, and saw that, Melas wasn't normal.
Mm.
Slowly began to undo her ideas of what the prosperous society it was, and decided that she was going to help free Melas from that society. She was a smuggler and smuggled wines in, and that is where she met her smuggling partner, Sirius, who was helping her be duplicitous and move around the city freely.
Oh, Sirius is the angry fawn.
Exactly. Who transformed into Lynn and took her place whilst Lynn went on her way.
Oh.
So, you get the impression from what Lynn has told you that perhaps the fruit going rotten has something to do with the fact that Melas is becoming
rotten,
just like the rest of
a prayer,
which means it's normal. Because everything is sick and horrible at the moment.
Sarza, you should really look behind you.
What? Okay, and that's where we're going to take our tea break. It's midday, so...
Okay.
See you guys in 10:15.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay. All of you are listening to Sarza lecture you for all the tunnel to hear. Turns around, he's facing you. Also, with your exceptional perception, you're staring at him and then you're like,
oh, Sarza, by the way.
Sarza, by the way. And then Sarza's like, what? As all of you feel this surging tug from your bellies forwards.
Let's go.
As the rapids pick up and there's a sudden drop. And you are free falling.
Allstead's having a great time.
And Lynn's like, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about the sudden drops. And then you hear a splash as you collide into this churning, frothy white water. And you are thrown forwards.
Whee!
Luckily, Lynn seems to have created these barrels sturdy enough that as you clatter against the sides of the tunnel wall, you don't feel the structure buckle and bend and break. but it is quite jarring. And I'm going to need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Guys, it's more fun if you hold your hands in the air.
Yeah.
Is this Damascus?
Which
Is it what's the song?
Crown of the Grasses.
14.
11.
Okay. Okay.
Unnatural 20.
Oh, yeah.
Bluey puts her hands in the air like she just doesn't care.
Oh, yeah.
I do care. I do care.
I can.
I don't. Wee.
Okay.
No god can kill me.
So, anyone who rolled lower than a 14? No one!
Only Celia.
Celia did
Slayer rolled
11. I think.
11. Yeah.
Ulster and Sarasa both hold on. Oh, Mum's as well. Also is
Right,
Celia. I said also and Lauren.
Oh, I thought you said Celia.
No, Sarah's are in there. Sorry, Sarah's are in there. Sarah's are in there and both hold on, as does Mum's as well. As does Lynn. Slayer. You feel yourself flipped over in your barrel, and you are concerned as your feet are now poking out the top of the barrel, and your head is at the bottom.
Ooh, claustrophobic.
The barrel is upside down compared to everyone else's, and now the bottom of the barrel is at the top. And you guys cannot see Slayer's head. You can just see a closed barrel. Slayer, for all intents and purposes, you're speed walking across the bottom of this tunnel, like.
Can I try and flip Slayer back the right way?
Make a strength check. Oh, this one's the best one.
Good thing that I rolled okay. 16. No, 17, I think. Wait, let me check that.
Slea's in between like Bluey and Sarah's or
Let
something.
me rephrase.
Yeah.
16.
Oh, yeah.
16.
You can't reach her.
Why not?
You're at the very back. Only people on either side can reach.
Who said that I was at the back?
I did, but you went here. You went for the
I'm sorry, I was getting my antidepressants refilled. Did I not get to determine where I was in the order?
You went here.
Maybe what Brian could do is like slow our movement, like reaching out to the slides, sort of thing, and then.
Okay, fine. Alster's just having a great time. He reaches up to try and touch the sides of the wall.
Okay. It's quite wide, is the only thing. You can't really reach it.
I'm stretchy.
Okay, yeah, you are. You stretch your arms to 3 times the normal length. Louis or Sarah is probably going to be the best bet to save you here.
But I rolled a 16.
You know what that means?
What?
You look super buff right now, and the hand screams a little bit.
Is this? Well, no, it's a natural 20.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
Fine, make my 16 look bad. Why don't you?
Maybe gentler than that. But
As you reach back, you heave Slayer and you flip her over, and you're like, oh, thank God. And then you realise her feet are poking out the top now, and her head is at the bottom of the barrel.
I'm just
Slayer, you need to make another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, really? Can Bluey not help?
16?
16?
Okay.
Okay, you are able to struggle your way around, and you just like spluttering on water, but it's quite fresh and nice to the taste. Though with a little bit of a rocky undertone.
Thank you, Bluey.
I tried.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank
Yes.
you, Brian. And she's just like sitting in the bucket like this with the lid on.
Slayer, put your hands in the air.
No,
It's
thank
fun.
you.
Oh, come on, Slayer. It's a good time.
You just see the little like the lid just kind of twist sideways just a little bit.
You're all so boring. Also starts
Yes.
twisting his barrel.
As you guys continue on, the rapids still raging, directing each route of your journey whacking you against the walls.
Whee! Concussion.
I need someone, please. Draw me a D100.
Can I roll one?
Sure.
D100 including the D10?
Yes.
29.
Okay. As you... Okay, that's actually pretty good. I'm going to do 2 of them, actually. The first, because it's fun. They go quite well together. The first thing happens. As you're sloshing past, Lynn says, you know, it's actually quite remarkable that we haven't come across any aqueduct alligators so far.
Oh no. Alligators?
At which point you feel something other than a wall bash and slam into the sides of your barrels.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3. I think there's 6 of you, isn't there? Lynn, Sarza, Loran, Momsiswald, you 3. No, there's 7. I'll do a D8.
Slee has a comment for Lynn.
What is it?
You know, when I asked about the whole start to finish, alligators would have been a good thing to say.
Yeah, I'm really forgetful! Whee! I was distracted by the mushrooms! At which point, Sleer, sorry, you're getting a bit beaten up here. You feel something pulling you slacken. Everyone else, if you're looking over the edge, you notice an alligator maw open and snap shut around Sleer's barrel, and in doing so, severing the rope that binds the 2 teams. So, you are now split into 2 groups. Are you ready? Guess who it is? It's Lynn, it's Bluey, it's Sleer. Bouncing off to one edge. Starazer, Loran, Ulster, Monsesvald. Off to the other. Split into 2 groups, you see the rapids rolling further towards you, dipping down now.
This is fun.
But you are getting further and further away from each other, and in between you,
Goodbye.
alligators. Now, I would like all of you to roll me initiative, just so that I know the order of action.
I have a very distinct advantage with these alligators in that they can't attack me.
No.
Natural 20!
Okay. Nice spell. Right. 20 to 25.
Natural 20.
23.
23. So we have Ulster, Bluey, Sleer, how did you do?
7.
7, lovely. Then it's going to go Lorraine.
How much does Brian add to initiative?
Oh, that's a good point. Also, how much do you have to initiative?
I got a natural 20 though. Did you get a natural 20 as well?
No, I don't think.
It doesn't work.
Oh, okay. I got 21 then.
21. Okay, so it's the other way around.
Sorry.
Thank you for correcting me. Right, and then it's going to be Sleer, Lynn, Moms, and Sarza.
And dads.
At the end, like it's usual. And what? Sorry,
Moms and dads.
Moms
Wait,
and
are
dads.
you telling me that nobody else rolled above a 7?
Yeah. Sarza got a 6. Moms as well doesn't have very high initiative for a rogue. And so he would go above Sarza. And Lynn got the same as you. So you guys can go simultaneously. This is just, it doesn't have to be super complicated. It's just to get an eyeball it.
Lynn can go
Also,
first.
as... Sure.
Louis first, right?
Sorry, Bluey. I'm going to just change that because that's going to distract me.
Okay.
Bluey, as the 2 groups split apart, you're about 5 feet away from each other, and an alligator is in the middle of the barrels. What do you do?
Mm-hmm.
They do look aggressive.
Is it like a full action to get rope out? Like, get the, you know, the rope that comes in the little pack?
Crouching.
No,
With alligator-
using an object. So, using an object is an action. But if you want to, for example, pull out a bit of rope and then do something with it, pulling out the rope is included in the using the object. It gets more complicated if you want to start doing something like tying a knot or a lasso at the end of the rope and then throwing it. So if you want to throw a line, for example, that's possible. And as your bonus action, you can hold on to it securely. But this is just an idea to draft what you want to do. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5.
I would love to be able to get the rope out, hold onto it tight, throw it.
Yeah. Make me a athletics check, please.
Okay. And perhaps do something with a what do you call it? Extra action? The one
Yeah, you can
action
do something with that.
This is a strength check.
Yeah. Athletics check, but they're probably the same.
Oh, I swear I saw 14 on the dice. It went to 4. Athletics. 15.
15. Okay. On the other end, I'm going to say it makes sense that Sarazo would be the one to reach up and grab it. Actually, no, probably Loran, because he's a sailor. This makes sense. Loran will reach up and grab it and hold onto it securely. Now, you do extra action. What do you want to do?
I mean, I'm wondering if aggressing the alligators will make it worse for us, but I don't. Is the alligator within 5 feet of my barrel?
Yes.
Can I action surge and punch the alligator 3 times?
Yes,
You punch that alligator.
Go for it. Punch an alligator.
It's like that guy who punched a shark.
Nice.
Okay, I have a 21.
Nice.
A 13.
Okay.
And a 14 to hit.
Okay. 21 hits. 13 hits. 14 hits.
Cool.
Roll me that damage.
So that's 18 damage.
Is it lethal or non-lethal, by the way?
Non-lethal. A bit of a slap.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Booby has no beef with these alligators. She doesn't want to kill them. I hope it doesn't lead to them dying. Anyway, that's just one alligator.
I'm going to say then that as you hit this alligator with a leaning out over the barrel, it is a bit difficult, and you do start like kind of tilting forwards. But the alligator is so stunned by your attacks that it just kind of wafts to the back and goes like, bleh. Also, it's kind of cute. Also,
yeah,
it's your go. There are 3 more alligators.
Okay.
Pursuit is on.
Ulster looks around at the group he's with. It's 4 people, right?
Yes.
He is like, "Ooh, this could be fun. Trust me, guys." And he's going to cast animal shapes on all of them.
Okay, cool.
And he's going to turn them all into crocodiles.
Oh my god! Such a good gift. Right, okay. All of you see as crocodiles splurt out of the barrels that Moms has found, Sarah's Loran, and also previously. And one is an albino, one is red, one is green, and one is blue. Shockingly, you can tell each and every one which one is which. So, as they spill out of the barrels...
We're bigger than alligators, so...
We're bigger than alligators. Okay, make me an intimidation check also.
Yeah. It's not that scary. Hold on.
He's not that scary.
Can I have advantage because I'm a big crocodile? That's pretty scary. Can I have assistance from my other 3 crocodiles?
Okay.
That's much better. That will be
What's the original?
a 3. No, but wait, this is going to be much scarier. Once I get my stats up. Hold on, guys. The anticipation is building.
Anticipation.
It's going to be a 16.
A 16, okay. I'm going to say with that... Let me see how many... Okay. One of the alligators goes back and is like... and keels right around, its claws on its stunned friend and starts swimming away, pushing its friend back with it, leaving 2 alligators to be like,
Huh?
Huh?
Who are you?
Ha! Next in the order, with 2 alligators left, we have Loran, who is going to use his action to the rope slackens Bluey as Loran turns into an alligator.
He can bite people.
Yeah. Loran is going to use his action to swim over to the rope. Using his magical skills as a sailor, he kind of like hooks his little claw over the rope and alligator spins so that he's wrapped up in it and pulled along.
Well, Loran, that's really helpful.
But it's in character to Loran back then.
That is.
Slayer, what do you wish to do?
Do the remaining 2 alligators look aggressive?
They look perplexed and aggressive, yes.
On subsequent turns, I can turn them into different animals.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Can I nature check to see if I know what would an alligator be afraid of in the wild?
Okay. Maybe a nature check.
It's great music.
21.
Okay. Alligators have a natural fear of humans and usually begin a quick retreat when approached by people. However, these alligators look quite hungry. So they are chasing you, and they can chase you for up to 35 miles per hour. But you know for a fact that mixing... yuck. I thought that was going to be a different thing. Lily, oh my god. Okay.
What fun nature fact is this?
Raccoons can kill alligators quite well, apparently.
Nice.
Raccoons are the primary predator.
I should turn everyone to raccoons next turn.
Small alligators are eaten by a variety of predators, including raccoons, otters,
small
wading
alligators,
birds, and fish.
Small
Larger alligators, yeah. Well, hey, you can make big raccoons.
Can I make a giant raccoon?
Yeah.
Hold on.
All animals in D&D have giant versions, so duh.
Question: are they sensitive to light?
Let me check.
Would the gem be doing anything?
Very sensitive to sunlight.
Said you should use the giant weasel stats.
Okay. So with they're sensitive to light, Slea's gonna just cast dancing lights right over these 2 gators.
Perfect. You kind of see them kind of pull back and slow their approach, and as the lights kind of dance around them, I'm going to have one of them do wisdom save. Both of them make wisdom saves. One of them got a natural 20, one of them got a 7. There is 1 alligator remaining in pursuit. Now,
I want to tell you a fun fact.
What's a fun fact?
I can keep changing these people's shapes for 24 hours.
Okay, cool. Lynn looks back and says, "What the hell is happening? Where did the others go? And why are there so many fucking crocodiles?"
One of the crocodiles is laughing.
At which point, Monzer's Val throws a rope to the rest.
He's a crocodile.
Oh, Monzer's Val. Okay. At which point, Monzer's Val bites Loran's tail and follows along with him, getting pulled into a crocodile chain at the moment. Sarza follows suit and does the same, getting pulled into the crocodile chain. Bluey, it is your go. There is one crocodile left. Ulster is adrift. As a crocodile.
Oh.
He's the only one not secured to the crocodile chain.
Is there enough slack in the rope?
It's quite taut. What are you doing?
I mean, it's a 50-foot long. Oh, but Loran did a couple of spins with it. How long's 50 feet? 50 feet it's like 10 meters plus 2/3 of 10 meters. So it's like 16 meters. How much is 16 meters?
Long enough.
Okay, if she's able to maybe hold like a midpoint of the rope and then offer the other end to Brian, like hold it tight, sort of, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's trying to throw, so doing another throw and like holding on, I guess.
Okay, very good. So you throw out the rope, holding tight, and it lands in Ulster's direction. Ulster is next, so whether he holds onto it or not, we will find out.
Okay.
Ulster, Bluey has tossed you a line. Do you grab onto it?
Is there space on like the walls and the ceiling
for
people to get on?
No. So what's happened so far?
Mm-hmm.
And then I will continue. So what's happened so far is there is Lynn,
Paint the word,
Bluey,
picture.
and Sleer still connected in their barrels.
Mm.
Bluey is holding a rope off to the side with all of her might. Loran has wrapped the rope around himself and offered up his tail. Monsesvald is biting onto Loran's tail for support. Sarazer is biting onto Monsesvald's tail for support. So there is now a little crocodile chain going behind the barrels.
That looks very heavy for Bluey.
So, there is another rope separately for you if you wish to join onto it.
There is a ceiling to these aqueducts, isn't there?
Yes, but if you get on the ceiling, you're going to fall very quickly behind the others.
Not if I can crawl.
How fast can you crawl? Can you crawl
35
35 miles per hour?
Hold on, I want to check something. You forget who you're talking to, Eva. It's the Beastmaster.
I know.
Let's see how fast he can go. Yes, he can. I think. If he dashes, he can. He is going to go to the wall and using his beast animal shapes, because he doesn't want to waste it, because it's a cool spell. He's going to throw himself out of the water and transform into a giant spider and start crawling.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to be able to cocoon, which is why I was a bit like,
No.
Not sure.
He's going to transform himself into a giant spider and start crawling over the ceiling rapidly after you guys.
Okay, so you do fall behind a bit. It's naturally the rapids.
Yeah.
The final alligator is still in pursuit of you. So we move on to
I turned you guys into crocodiles, guys. Come on.
Loran, who is the one thing holding the other crocodiles to the rest of you. So he's not going to do anything except swim.
Swim, Loran, swim.
Sleer, there is one more crocodile. What would you like to do?
Sleia would like to move the dancing lights onto this crocodile. Just all 4 little dancing spheres of light on this one crocodile.
Okay. Let's make a roll. And he just kind of rolls back, and you guys are free of crocodiles. And you all hear a yay as Lynn celebrates your success. And she's like, that's great. I'm so proud of you. This is crazy. You're a little bit... And there is another drop as the ceiling disappears.
If the ceiling disappears, I'm going to drop into Sleer's barrel.
A giant spider falls on you, Sleer.
And I transform back. He's like, wow.
Okay.
Hey, Sleer.
You probably notice as you drop onto her barrel, it starts to take on water.
If it can hold Bluey, it can hold 2 skinny elves. Come on.
You think, Lily, listen to what I'm about to say.
Okay.
You get a feeling being a crocodile rider might be a slightly better...
Okay, bye, Sleer. He jumps out and jumps onto Loran.
Okay, you ride the crocodile.
Yes, this is fun. It's my doctor.
Doctor! So, You ride the crocodile, briefly saying hello to Sleer, as there is another drop.
Whee!
And you are exposed to the air. At which point, Lynn says, "Oh, shit!" And you all go quiet.
Whee!
All going quiet. Where's the music?
If it's a really big drop, I can transform the crocodiles, just saying.
No, it's only 15 feet.
Okay.
Only 15 feet.
Okay.
So, as this drop returns to a flat, you look behind you and you see a large circular opening, again 20 foot across, 20 foot up, with water pouring out of it. And then the receptacle is this like half moon shaped sort of semicircle tube, like tunnel, the top of which is open to the outside world. But then you look up and you realise there is actually a ceiling. It's just another 10 feet up, not directly following along. You go up to either side and you see these white columns at regular intervals going in a straight line forwards, and you realise that you are in the aqueduct that crosses the city beneath the walkway and the pavilion.
I thought you were going to say the Royal Navy.
You can, however, see from here an almost bird's eye view of the whole of Melas now, from a different angle. You viewing it from behind before, viewing it from this side, just as beautiful. Blue.
So he turns off a little light with a little. All right, neither.
Like that, guys.
And Lynn just holds up her. And you're curious as to why at first, and then you hear from above you voices and footsteps. People make their way across the pavilion.
I lay flush against Crocodile around.
He wriggles. And you're carried across the aqueduct. And from the left-hand side, you see the ocean, a higher vantage point, spread out now. And those storm clouds have gathered and are beginning to disrupt the surface of the ocean as rain
Uh-oh.
patters. Heavy rain. It spills over the coastline, and you see families beginning to pack up their picnic baskets and their umbrellas. Children in their swimmers putting on towels and running up the stairwell back to the level of the city. The perfectly white marble marked by grey little droplets, which slowly become the whole colour of the city, from bright blue skies and lily white to grey. Almost as grey as the Fang. It's the Temple of Bahamut. As all the other homesteads, townships, castles of this area, because a coastal town such as this does not resist the natural weather of its surroundings not for very long. And Lynn just says very quietly, but loud enough because you're also silent for all of you to hear, I think everything might be about to change.
Because of the rain?
Because of the rain. And your boat's just...
Do you want me to make the rain go away?
She looks at you. And then she says, a little bit louder now, slightly more confident that the raindrops might wash away your voices. No. I think it's about time, don't you?
I could make it rain harder.
She looks over at you, Bluey. It's not a decision one person can make.
Well, we should just leave nature to it, maybe.
Solari will know what to do.
Although maybe I am nature now. Also starts musing. Can I be a spider again now?
As you continue your boat's bump against the other end of the aqueduct,
Can I be a spider again now?
you do feel like you can be a spider.
Yes. Also jumps up and he's a spider again.
Okay.
He'll transform the crocodile people back into people.
Okay, they start drowning.
No, once they get out.
Blue.
The aqueduct continues.
Oh, I thought you said we reached the end. Never mind then.
Okay.
I thought you said, yeah.
They bump the edge, and Lynn pulls the kind of like boats through, and this time they drop again, exiting the aqueduct. And the rapids are gentler here. And the duct eventually opens up into a wider circular pool, a reservoir. At the front of which is a walkway. Wooden, but quite sturdy. And Lynn says, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about the troll. The bridge troll.
Can I insight check her?
This troll bridge."
I would like to also insight check her.
25.
Okay. What are you trying to...
Is it a real troll? Scratching.
It's a troll bridge, she says.
So is it a toll bridge or is there a troll under the bridge?
In Melas, you know...
I've got 25 insight, mate!
Also,
She was
to
on to
add
you.
to the 25 insight is a 11 plus 19.
Okay, thank you, Bluey. Thank you, Sleer. Thank you, Ulster. You put your heads together and you ask yourselves, is it a real troll or is it a toll bridge? And you look at Lynn, and Lynn just sort of nods. Yes.
Ulster will hang down on a thick bit of spider string next to the group. To be like,
You kind of weave your web so that you can move gently across with them. Eventually, however, Solari stops the boat and says, "Yeah, yes it is. And for those of you who got high enough, you take that to mean yes. It is a toll bridge, manned, as you quickly find out, by a troll, who raises their head over the edge of the walkway and looks down. They are quite well built. They, Ulster, have algae and seaweed, natural matter growing off of their shoulders and their backs. So almost that they look like a boulder going kind of across the back of their heads. If they curled up, you wouldn't know any different, but they're massive. And though most of the stereotypes about trolls are untrue, at first glance, this troll does look quite intimidating. And then they say, "I'm not sure what. I get the toll now, right?" And Lynn says, "Yeah, you're doing really great. Just say it with a big booming voice." Okay. "I'm the troll of the toll bridge." And Lynn looks back at you and just says, "You have to pay something. You can give them anything. It's more of like a ceremony than an actual money-making scheme."
I will turn back into Ulster and step on the crocodiles.
You stand on the crocodiles. There are no more crocodiles. You turn them back into people, I thought.
You said they would drown if I did that!
Oh, yeah, I did.
Stop being mean to me! I feel very attacked. Ulster will be like, I can give him
I just have a very short-term memory.
Fine, I won't give him anything. You guys go first.
No, I'm sorry, my brain is delayed.
Okay.
What do you want to give him?
No, you guys go first.
The troll looks at you directly and says, "I want you to go first."
I throw a satsuma at him.
Is it one of the nice satsumas?
Yeah.
The troll looks you dead in the eye. "Is this gold?"
I grew it myself.
"Is it gold?"
It's golden colour. Yes. Yes.
How do I eat it?
Some people like to peel it. Okay, that seems fine too.
He starts crying.
Are you alright?
It's delicious.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty good, isn't it? See, these guys, they don't like what I make out of my own body, but I'm glad you appreciate it.
What?
He pulls another satsuma off the back of his head. They're very nice.
Cool. Bluey Sparks. He looks at you next.
She considers the pitchfork, but then realizes that perhaps that's actually being raised against bridge trolls.
Okay.
Maybe by the people of Melas, perhaps, if they fear this troll. But like she has so many like little deer possessions. She just really.
Would you like a satsuma to give him?
I do want to. I want to double check the list of things on Discord just in case, but it may have to be.
That's right. If you want, whilst you check, we'll get Sleer to give something. Sleer,
Satsuma on loan.
they look at you next.
If no one has anything they want to give, Ulster will give you a satsuma to give the troll.
Sleer.
Lynn says he likes a varied diet.
I can make other fruits.
Gotcha.
You
Sleer?
big silly goose.
I think you might find this fun, and she gives him a potion of climbing.
I love this song.
This is not the right vibe, though.
It's such a good song, though.
That's also not right.
That's from Cruel's play, though.
The expression that I was wearing was the "Do I give up Slea's weaver's tools?" Like her knitting needles, like, well, I won't be needing these anymore, and maybe they will have fun with it. Yeah. Enjoy those feels.
I know what I'm gonna give.
Do you want me to pause the recording?
Perhaps that scene. I don't know. I think that sounds. You've got a dice on a necklace.
Sweet. Very cool. Okay, so Sleer, what were you giving to the troll?
Sleer gave a potion of climbing.
Potion of climbing. The troll looks at it and then eats it immediately.
She does tell him it's a potion of
Glass
climbing.
and all. Looks back at Ulster. Can I have another satsuma, please?
I chuck it to him.
Okay. He eats it whole. Blue.
Should probably floss after that.
Smiles and shows rock teeth.
Bluey like really goes through her stuff and is like, and then grabs out the mage hand minestrone.
Oh my gosh, this is a magical troll.
Magical troll now.
Mage hand minestrone. They eat it, can and all. And then
it's quite impressive, really.
Slow down.
Oh.
And then like multiple hands just appear around them, and they're like, oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Satsuma, please.
Ulster chucks another satsuma. See, guys, we've got a winner.
Mm-hmm.
In a winner.
Although I'm a bit worried about the digestive tract with that can lid in it.
Loran offers a lock of his own hair.
He's crocodile.
Loran offers a lock of his own scales.
Do you want me to pull the scale off?
Yeah.
He gently pulls it off.
Okay. And it is eaten and consumed. Moms of Vald and Saraza can give the same thing if you wish to pull that off of them. The last person to offer is Lynn. And Lynn looks at all of you with utter terror.
And gives a gold coin.
And gives a gold coin, exactly, which is promptly eaten by the troll. And you are able to pass on through.
I leave a pile of satsumas for the troll.
Now, this is a covered area once again. If you wish to climb on the ceiling, climbing on the ceiling is entirely possible.
Whee!
And you may continue!
Is Slayer bothered by the spider?
Clea, are you bothered by the spider? Lol.
Good.
Okay.
He will occasionally just drop down on his spider strings.
You can build a web.
Yeah, he's building a web as he goes.
So, after a moment, the reservoir shows a few smaller tunnels, and Lynn. Gosh damn it!
You're playing a droll on
I
us.
know, except it's not that. Lynn pulls you to the center tunnel, and then the maze begins, going left and right and forward and down and up.
Good thing we didn't get separated.
Sorry?
Good thing we didn't get separated.
Exactly.
Blue pulls
Until
in
at
the
last, you guys have lost your way, but Lynn seems satisfied. And she pulls open a grate, using a combination on the lock that she knows seemingly by heart.
Can I perception check to remember the
The
code?
combination? Yeah.
Scratchy. 27.
Okay. The code is 87263.
87263.
And the bolt drops, and Lynn pulls you in to what looks like it maybe once was a wine cellar, but it is now sort of storing multiple things, not only wine.
Is there wine though?
There is ceremonial wine.
I transform back and grab a bottle of wine
Okay.
and uncork it. This is
All of
mine.
it is inscribed. What did you say? Sorry?
This is mine now.
Okay. All of it is inscribed with the symbolism of Carmentrand. There are statues, prayer altars, banners, clothing, vestiges, armor, a whole manner of things.
I'd like to dip my tongue in the wine.
It tastes corked.
What?
Corked.
There's a cork
And
preventing
uncork
you
it.
from.
No. Corked means it's off.
Oh,
Like it doesn't taste good.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pick up another wine.
Okay. Unfortunately, as you taste them all, they all seem a little dusty and a little off. Only one of them I think you would think is drinkable, and they're actually pretty good.
Great. I find a wine bottle and start swigging.
Okay. All the others are all. Loran, I think, is going to. No, not Loran. Sarah, I think, is going to just kind of like gently hold your hand and just say, Ulster, considering the current circumstances, perhaps going by the glass rather than the swig.
There are no glasses.
I can give you a glass.
He knocks over the stack of glasses. No glasses. Keeps swigging from the bottle.
No, I have. No, it's like wooden. It won't break.
I won't drink from a wooden glass.
Loran says, I can summon a glass.
Why don't you just leave me with my bottle?
Because we've done that before and it's been a bad idea.
This might be my last 48 hours. I would like my bottle of wine.
It would maybe be mine as well. You
Fine.
can't enjoy it if you drink all that wine, Ulster.
Who passes over?
Loran says. So, Loran will pour a magical glass for everyone in the room.
Didn't say everyone could have it.
Doesn't belong to you, baby. Does it belong to Guybrush?
Yes.
Finders keepers, is it?
Ulster is so upset.
This is Emma, I'm joking. Loran says, I think perhaps we might enjoy all getting a little bit switched.
Yes.
And we'll pass it around to anyone who wants it. Lynn looks at you in disbelief once more and is like, okay, so I'm going to go find out if Solari is dead or not.
No judgment.
No, I don't. I just think I'm going to do that.
Can you turn into a spider and a crocodile and a dragon? Didn't think so.
Slade
Also
just
takes another
dumps
swig.
her glass into Allstairs and follows
Thanks, Leah.
Lynn.
Yeah, Bluey would want
You're
to.
just no fun, you guys.
Loran will take your glass, Bluey, and Sarah's will split his between the two of you. So just Ulster and Loran drinking, Mumsville has a sip and then just pours.
Come on, guys, live a little before we all die.
Loran says, actually, you stay down here while we go up for a second. I want to talk to you.
He's sitting.
Oh, right.
Also,
Lynn heads up. Who follows Lynn? Okay. sensible squad.
We should have recruited the troll.
You could have done. I'm sure that would have been useful. And add an extra 45 minutes onto the game. Lynn leads you upstairs. Bluey, Sleer, Sarah, Monsters Val. Bluey, you've been here before.
I'm gonna get a box of tissues.
You emerge in the centre of a room beneath a rug, which pulls up and spills back as the latch on this, what do you call, trapdoor is open. Here, you notice at last that something is not quite right. It's not been long enough for dust to settle, not that much, but long enough certainly for food to rot. The bowl of fruit on the table has flies attracted to it. There is food on a plate still undrunk and eaten. A book opened and bookmarked to the last page it was read upon. There is no signs of life.
Perception.
Plates a little bit.
Perception check, if that's right.
Yeah, of course you can.
Can I assist or roll one as well?
Yeah.
Which would you like to do? I have a +8 to perception.
I will let Bluey roll at advantage because we know how Sleia perceives.
Let's hope the second one is a bit better. Tiny dice. That's a bit better. 18.
Nice. Okay.
Could have been a 2.
So 18, and then Sleia.
No, it's assistance.
Okay, gotcha. So, as you take in the surroundings, you know that Solari lived here with her sibling, neither of whom seem to be here at the moment. It appears that, for whatever reason, one of two things happened. They either left in a hurry, or something bad befell them. And you remember your last discussion with both Lapis and Solari in that dream, Bluey, and how urgent she looked. The way she looked over her shoulder quickly. And Lynn says, there are safe houses around the city. If we have time, I can go and check in on all of those, and see where she might have gone to.
Then let's do that.
Right, we can't travel as a group. Those we should travel. She looks like she's just taking a moment. And she says, I'm sorry, it's just...
It's upsetting. It's okay. Take a breath.
We're already not that many. When this kind of thing happens, you know.
Yeah.
Right. We need to check the safe houses. And that'll be a start.
From memory, does Bluey remember there being an upper floor to this place, or is it just one floor?
There is more to the house than you've seen, if you would like to go and investigate that.
I'll keep that in mind. Bluey will also take out the lapis.
Okay. As you take it out, what are you doing with it?
I mean, there was the advice that the mists will guide. I guess maybe like holding it up a bit into the opening of the room and seeing if any mists kind of like form and where they form around it, if they do. Or it has like a weird luminescence as well. I don't know, light shining. Yeah, can I? Is it perceiving? Is it arcana something? Is it?
First, when you pull that out, Lynn looks at it for a second and says, "So you have been to the tears?" Can I see that rock? She takes it and she says, "This, it's like, it's no bigger than a D6, really."
Okay. I was thinking this like, I don't know why my head is huge. All right.
She says, "There are veins of this, I think, down in the tears. It's, as I remember seeing it in the room at the end of," and she just trails off. And you can tell that she's thinking back on the heavier parts of that excursion.
I was given this by someone who went there and decided to leave. So I guess that's where she got it from.
She looks and she says, "It looks a bit unpolished. Have you ever heard of a fool's gem?"
What gem, sorry?
A fool's gem.
A fool's gem.
You're a fool, baby.
Fool's gold, aka pyrite, as in a little hunk of stone that I got here.
Very nice. Well, it's kind of exactly that, right? It looks to be one thing and holds up to scrutiny. The only way you would know it wasn't is if you knew what you were looking for. It kind of, I don't know, but it does kind of look like what you get from the tears. And have you shown this to any of the party before, Louis?
I guess they've been witness to her like using it, holding it aloft, but I can't remember if anyone's asked to look at it before. So probably not.
Gotcha.
May I see that? Can I nature check it? Or arcana check it?
What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
Made of feather. I don't know.
Slee has a theory
Okay.
about, because I know that Paynite comes in blue.
Okay.
No.
So you want to nature check it or arcana check it? You can pick.
I think I'm gonna go for arcana just to see if there's anything like magic about it that I can discern before.
You know, I never licked it. I never got to see what it tasted like. So maybe I was missing something.
Like that too.
I'm sorry.
Just because it's round, it looks kind of like that. So
31.
31.
Yeah, Slia has
Okay, it's
expertise in 2
awesome.
things, nature and arcana.
Which one are you picking?
Arcana.
Okay. There is nothing necessarily inherently magical about this.
Okay.
You don't get the feeling that it's giving off any magical energy. But that is also something you felt when Arcana checking painted. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can I run like a small current of magic into it?
What are you going to do?
If we have a piece of painite, Krill's gonna cry.
She's just gonna probably like thaumaturgy, something like just like a low just burst of magic.
What effect are you getting from that?
Are there any lights in the room?
There are candles that are not burning currently.
Okay. She's gonna alter the appearance of her eyes. So they're
Oh my god, okay.
yeah.
Alright. So you channel your thaumaturgy holding this stone. And everyone, you watch as Sleer's eyes turn to
They just go solid white.
solid white. And it's a white so bright you feel like looking at her you get snow blindness and you have to look away.
Is it painite?
Oh my
Because
god.
that is quite intense for just thaumaturgy.
You left the painite experts downstairs.
Huh.
Good point. You go, huh.
Slia,
Meanwhile,
I think I have painite in my hands, and she just hands it back to Bluey, like, so that's painite. I'm pretty sure.
So unhappy.
I'll let you hold on to your thoughts. That's a good face.
And our painite.
And down, you've painted
You've painite.
downstairs.
Puck.
Also,
Me.
as you hold your bottle of liquor,
Yeah.
Loran kind of prevents you from going upstairs. And he says, hello, Ulster.
Hello, Loran.
I'm going to break out.
You're going to break out, but you have
A
perfect skin.
a wild suggestion.
Was a joke. Sorry.
I'm going to break out a wild suggestion.
Mhm.
And I just want you to respond to it however you think is appropriate. Have you died?
Yes.
Okay. Ow.
I told you this. Everyone died except Bluey.
Have I died?
Briefly.
Okay. Thought I was unkillable, but never mind.
I mean, they had to try very hard.
Okay. Is this to do with me doing that magic thing that you mentioned?
You didn't know you went dead. That did not happen then.
I mean, when you died.
Can I make an intelligence check?
Does this have anything to do with him casting Wish?
But can I do an intelligence check to see if it's a good idea to talk about this?
Go for it.
That'll be a 16.
Loran looks like he wants to know.
Okay. I'm a bad liar. Well, the thing is, yes, I sadly passed away, R.I.P. And then you...
Ulster, talk to me like you normally would. There's no one else here.
Except Sarah.
Sarah's is upstairs.
Sarah. Also takes another swig from the wine. I did die, but I'm not dead now. And that's thanks to you.
And you're acting on the assumption that we're going to die again.
No, I would very much not like to die. But in the instance that the world may be obliterated, I just want to enjoy it a little bit first. And I like my friends and alcohol and mushrooms and sleeping and being with all of you. So.
Okay. I think I understand what's happening. But I assure you, Ulster, you're not going to die. Not on my watch.
Yeah, yeah.
So, have a little more faith in me. And look, I've never been the one to say this, but everyone else out there likes you and could probably do with, I don't know, a little joy.
Trying. The mushrooms I made tasted nice.
I know, but when I see you like that, it makes me feel like you don't think there's much waiting for you beyond this whole mission.
It's just in case there isn't. I mean, if I die, I already made a promise, so I know exactly what's waiting for me.
I don't like this. I don't understand half of what's going on. I feel like I'm missing out on all the complexities here. I don't know.
No, I'm not going to tell you because
I don't want to know.
Having you like this reminds me of a time when we could just have fun. And it was like any other mission, and we could go to a town and get drunk and deal with it. And then afterwards, it would be fine. So, I mean, acting like that makes it a bit easier to digest. Back when Cass and I were falling over each other at the docks, getting drunk, and you caught me. And then we go back and eat barnacles and practice cantrips, and Timmons would be annoying. That's kind of like the good times, you know?
All of that is still waiting for us.
Except Timmons, because you fired him.
No, I know. Don't know why I kept him as long as I did. Okay. Well, I understand you a little better. I was worried. Because I don't... Look. You've obviously been through a lot. You all have. I haven't been there to see any of it. So for me, a lot of this feels unpredictable. And I don't like that. I like kind of knowing what to expect. But I know better now. You acting like this means you want... Well, you definitely see a future for yourself. It's different for everyone. For me, I'm constantly trying to improve the people around me to make my own aesthetic experience much better.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, look, I have enough money to dress my friends nicely and buy them fine things, so I might as well. Benefits us both.
Uh-huh.
What is all this anyway? He looks around at the Carmentrand iconography.
Carmentrand, you know how we went on that siege, right?
Yeah.
Carmentrand was the previous deity of Melas.
Mm.
They were making human child sacrifices to her.
Oh.
So Carmentrand kind of isn't really in power at the moment. That was what the siege was kind of for, but in the end, Tiamat's taken that empty place. So,
yikes!
We're trying to stop that too.
And that's all wrapped up in the whole world-ending scenario, I assume.
Pretty much everything is, because Elijah is trying to bring Tiamat through from the rifts, but Elijah's still in hell, so it might take him a little while to navigate his way here.
Well then, until then, Loran raises his glass to lunacy and general tomfoolery and practicing cantrips.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm just getting used to saying it.
That I am.
Ulster will tip back his drink.
Perhaps we should investigate this before we leave, he says as he kind of climbs up the ladder. Everyone else upstairs, you hear movement from them.
This Loran wouldn't actually know anything about Pay Night.
There you go.
Only Ulster does.
Like, your eyes look terrifying. What's
Oh dear.
here?
Pay Night.
What's that? Oh.
Right. Ulster will pick it up and be like, how did we not investigate this before, guys?
I mean, I'm the one who found it. And
what does that mean?
Like the person I got it from was called Lapis. It looked like Lapis. I just kind of assumed it was Lapis.
Can I nature check it?
You can, yes.
Could I have advantage because I know a lot about Pay Night?
You can, yes.
Sweet. I love that D&D Beyond is now gay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Stunning.
Gay D&D Beyond. Hold on. Ooh, nature.
Just so you know, Anna, we will wrap up in about 5 minutes.
22.
22. Ulster. The last time you saw Pay Night of this colour, you were in the Chronologica, but this is a tiny little baby piece. However, you do know that as it gets more intense in colour, it becomes more powerful, with red being the least powerful, followed by orange, followed by gold, followed by white, followed by purple, followed by
blue. And this is blue.
This is blue.
Right.
It is about dish big.
Ulster will just be like, guys, would you mind if I held on to this? Just considering none of you have attuned to any Pay Night before, and I'm worried.
You get the impression, if Blue's been carrying it, that it's already...
Okay.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Can I Arcana check Bluey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I was already attuned to 3 objects.
21.
You are?
21 Arcana check on Bluey.
Okay, that's different then. If you are already attuned to 3 objects, then for the logic of the game, it just... You're
not attuned. It takes a while to attune to Pay Night, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It would probably attune to the first person who channeled magic through it. So
Sleer.
That's you.
Also holds it away from Sleer and Arcana checks. Can I just make that a general Arcana check?
Yeah.
21.
21. It is Pay Night.
On people.
On people. Sleer seems to have a arcane connection to this stone at the moment.
What did you do?
She made her eyes glowy, isn't that crazy?
Like, they were really bright.
Well, it was obviously given to you for a reason, Bluey. It's blue. You understand that, right? Loran, this is Pay Night. Do you know what Pay Night is at all?
Vaguely, yes. I know the Chronological is made of it. I've never seen it myself.
So you remember that purple stone I gave you?
Yeah.
That was Pay Night.
Oh.
This is the blue Pay Night, which is a more powerful version. That was the second most powerful.
Okay.
Yes, Pay Night kind of magnifies your magic and can be incredibly deadly because it can rebound the effects on you, depending on what you cast.
That's why they never let me in the Chronologica, because I was too volatile.
Yeah. So basically, Karul was really into this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we know a bit about it. And now Sleer was making her eyes glowy with it, and I don't know.
I will look through my spellbook to see if I made any.
Yes. So we should probably put it in a box and contain it. And then maybe, I don't know why Bluey has it, but...
Yeah, Bluey, why do you have it, Lynn says?
I was given it. It's while we were in big Emma, is it a shizzle?
The High Solarian.
I was out looking for something, I think. My armor? Part of my armor?
Okay. You were looking for a shoulder pauldron.
It kind of appeared in mist in front of me.
Yeah.
I discovered later that that's lapis related.
Lynn says there's mist in the tears.
And you didn't think to maybe
You never mentioned any mist before right now.
Bring this to us.
Louis? I can't answer this question.
I mean, I think I mentioned it.
We didn't examine it. My chin is right. Bluey, that's fine. Also looks a bit freaked out by it. We will know what to do with this when the time comes. But just so everyone remembers, the last time we used Paynite, don't bad.
Arguably, Bluey is the safest to hold on to it.
Actually, it would be Saraza, considering he now has absolutely no magic. But since it was given to Bluey, I think it's probably fair to return it.
Indeed, and if the mists gave it to her, it must be for a reason.
Yeah, don't use it for anything particularly destructive, Bluey.
Mechanically speaking, if Bluey's attuned already to 3 things, she cannot use it.
There's been a reason why your magic hasn't changed at all.
Yeah.
It needs to be kept away from Sleer if Sleer's started attuning to it. You can't have it on your person anytime. Do we know who gave it to you, Bluey?
In a dream, Lapis mentioned. It's so silly. It's I mean, I just got a sense that it was her because she was, she was like, I was there, and I kind of inferred that mists equaled.
Yeah. I don't mean to be a party pooper, as they say, but the time I was given Paynite, it was also used to spy on me. So we should maybe consider putting it in a little box or something.
At which point Loran says, spy on you, like to see through it?
Yeah.
So, in theory, it could be used as a divination tool.
Yeah.
He, still halfway up the ladder, just kind of crawls onto his front and puts his head in his hands. So, posit this potentially. This person who you got it from, Bluey, has a link to the tears, or the tears. What did they say about it specifically? Why did they give it to you?
Look, I don't know. I don't remember in the moment, but I remember being told after the fact that it would help find the mist, and the mist would guide us.
It would guide you. Okay. Then perhaps that's the key to getting through the tears, or finding the entrance.
Okay.
And Sleer, you feel as the Paynite is kind of pulled away from you, the brief connection you had to it sort of slowly dissipating, but it's still present in the back of your mind, like a little tinnitus ring. But you feel that small amount of magic you pulled through is starting to wane with your connection, which you get is quite common.
If it was given to Bluey, was it intended for Bluey to attune to it?
I mean, if someone actually gave it to me for not a great reason, then I guess it's a good thing that I hadn't attuned to it.
You might
the only thing is
to navigate us through the tears.
Yeah. Paynite needs to be attuned. But you know the danger of attuning to Paynite, so. I've never really encountered blue Paynite, apart from the Chronologica.
I mean, I don't have any sort of magic that gets me knowledge, at least in a way that kind of guides. There is the detect good and evil, but
I'm just going to ask Emma quickly. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, Blue doesn't have any magic to channel in there. And if magic needs to be channeled in...
She can do the Sacred Flame, the Mending, and the Detect Good and Evil.
As in, like, stuff that's about, like, finding things far off. Or maybe if she did a Detect Good and Evil with this thing, it would just go... I don't know, like... And then...
Given that it's a concentration spell, it probably would encourage attunement, I feel like, though.
I mean, it's like Bluey doesn't know for sure that Lapis gave it to her. It's entirely possible Lapis doesn't know that this is peanut.
Also, it's entirely possible that the Mists gave this to Bluey. Because the Mists have their own agenda, and we don't know what that agenda is, but it is an agenda.
Mm-hmm. She's been asked to trust them, and she's been given, maybe not good reasons, but good vibes associated with doing that. I don't know.
Also,
I was just working out pay night things.
There's a little
No.
warrior cat.
Also, will take the pay night and be like, I'm not going to do anything rash. I know I've been a bit... somehow the alcohol made my mind a little bit clearer. I don't know what that means.
You've not been acting like yourself.
But who is Ulster, really? Ulster will take the pay night and sit down on the floor. Right. Can I have Loran?
Hello.
And I know she's not really here. Cass. Sleia, I would ask you, but you've already done something with it, and I don't want to overload you.
You probably need the majority fate magic as well.
Yeah. Also, I'll put it on the floor between the three of them. Because there is a lot of power in Blue Pay Night, and I'm going to try an information-based spell, I don't want to take all of that into myself, so I'm going to divvy that up, if I can, between the three of us, the same way we channel magic into Loran's teleportation circle, if that's all right.
Yep, into every teleportation circle, that's all right.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a ritual if you guys just stand back a little bit. I've never used Blue Pay Night before, so...
I guess I'll keep an eye out in case anyone comes.
Yeah.
Okay. Join you.
Also, we'll start casting Commune with Nature.
Okay. And as you cast, you see everyone in this sort of like circle, their eyes also kind of like roll back as the information filters through both Cass, Loran, and Ulster, as if all three of them are casting this spell in unison. Of the three, without his understanding why, because he doesn't remember, Loran does seem to be holding up the best to the Blue Pay Night, followed by Ulster, followed by Cass, who is kind of wheezing like as you get the impression she's kind of going green, almost like she's getting travel sickness. So yeah.
Oh, sorry, I have to... something just occurred to me. What about Cass and all of her rifts? Is that going to be a problem?
They're closed currently.
They're closed currently. You're closed currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Relief.
You're good.
Oh.
Also, it's not teleportation magic, so it should be okay for now. And it's the tiniest little piece. It's the tiniest piece. Like, it's no big... It's smaller than that almost, because it's spherical. So, as you channel your magic, Ulster, the piece of information that comes to you confirms your theory, which is that this pay night can be used how Bluey is suggesting, that it can be a navigation tool.
Okay.
And the way the magic around Melas works, due to whatever, it's hard to actually map anything, and apply it to a physical world. But it does, having the paint like that does forge some sort of connection. So you get the impression that it would be able to be used as a tool for navigation.
Okay. Do we get any information from the commune with nature apart from that?
That's what I said we would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, considering that's all he really needs to know, I guess, he will give the painite back to Bluey and say, "It looks like you can use it to navigate."
Also, you to roll me a d20, please.
D20.
Constitution.
12.
Check or a saving throw?
Saving throw.
12.
12. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you're going to take 3 points of psychic damage as you get
Ow.
like a migraine, a really bad migraine. And Loran and Cass both take the same.
Ouch. Yeah, be careful with that. He has a nosebleed like 11 from Stranger Things.
You all alright? Or
It's very strong.
okay. Should I be attuning to this?
It looks like you can channel magic through it without attuning.
So, in doing that, the three of you are attuning to it
Okay.
in your own way.
So maybe yes, but with a low level magic.
Should Bluey like unequip something that she's attuned to?
Probably be a good idea if you want to tune to it.
Fuck. Because I think it's her it's her armor, like the acid resistance one, with the nice design on the crest. It's the boots of haste and it's the whistle dart. Like they're all pretty good, but they only take 10 minutes to attune to, I guess. So
Well, you can think.
The whistle dart seems the least, considering you've got a sword, but
Bluey likes darts.
yeah, Bluey can still do darts without a whistle dart.
Also, looking
Well,
at Bluey's...
I'm going to put it... Go on,
there's
sorry.
only 2 things up, but for some reason, like I counted this before. It is 3 items.
Could you still wear the armor but not attune to it so that you wouldn't get the acid resistance?
I would allow that if you want to keep the look necessarily. But I'm also going to say this because we're getting to the end of the session and I don't want you to have to make a rush decision. Ulster, you help Loran. No, I think Loran helps you up. And your commune with nature tells you the usual information. The layout of the land, the amount of people, that kind of thing. The weather. That additional bit of information you saw kind of like in a 4th dimension, almost.
I see into other dimensions.
It's impossible to apply it to that plane, and you know that's intentional. But why? How did he get that way? All that information is spooky and hard to find out. However, with Ulster and Cass, not Ulster, with Loran and Cass kind of supporting, you know that this piece of pain light will be able to guide you where you need to go. Bluey, it's up to you what you choose to shirk. Your armor, your weapons. But Lynn says, well, if that's the case, I don't think you need Solari, though I would like to find her. If you want to go to the Tiers, it looks like I can take you there tonight.
Can we have a rest first?
Anything you like.
Also slumps on the floor.
Maybe not in this... Okay.
Just below?
Says, I'll take you to a safe house.
He rolls his face in his
Thank
nosebleed.
Is there anything else you guys would like to say to each other or do before the end of the session?
I feel woozy.
I guess
3 points has happened to you.
Yeah, but he doesn't like the nosebleed.
Oh.
He's like,
Bluey can offer like a cane or a crutch, something solid for anyone to hold on to, including Brian, if he's.
Halstead jumps up into Bluey's arms. Carry me.
Okay. She'll make sure to put like the peanut in like the back pocket if carrying Brian on the front.
If we are going to
Halstead's
get a
part.
long rest, Slee will just cast Mass Healing Word and get Ulster, Loran, and Cass.
Halstead's still sleeping in Bluey's arms.
That's fine.
He's like, Kaju,
Hang
Kaju.
on, long or short?
We probably have time for a long rest.
Oh, yeah. But you're not resting here. But
No.
we'll get to that next time.
All right.
Well, guys, this is the game.
That was the game.
Next session, you'll be on your way to the tiers.
Ooh, and you'll know if we're
Oh.
getting evicted. Haha.
Best of luck.
It's the hard knock life.